That's it. Live, officially live.
It's working.
I trust the software. We don't have an intro video. We're just not that good. We put zero effort into this. I got back from Taco Tuesday 5 minutes before the stream began, and that's exactly enough time to set up and publish a live stream. So
not late and gay, by the way. Not late and gay.
You're about 2 minutes late, and that's because Luke was telling a hilarious anecdote, which you guys will never hear because it was before the stream.
Never happened, basically.
Yeah, it wouldn't be funny if you told the story again. Anyway, so we're live. I'm Hop, joined here by Luke, aka Ballistic Aviation, and Uncle OG, aka Uncle OG. They should be tagged in the video description, I believe. And we got some topics, but we're also just some old crotchety bastards who are just going to complain about modern trends probably for a couple hours. And yeah, that's the format. Welcome to the format, gentlemen. How are you doing tonight?
The format as there is no format?
Correct.
Yeah. And the points don't matter.
I miss that show so much. We can start off with that.
just quoting our favorite Who's Line sketches. That won't be alienating to the audience.
Not at all. Super inclusive.
Well, anyway, so this is a slight reunion stream for us because the three of us were together at a match/camping trip, whatever that was, a month and a half, 2 months ago. And that was absolutely fantastic.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Nobody died. Somebody got close.
Someone got close to dying, but no one died.
Several people got peppered with spall at several points.
Yeah, we picked up a lot of little fragments, but that was all right. And, we spent the evening singing a 50-50 split of sea shanties and CKY's tracks.
Yes.
And that was good.
Yes,
time, so.
dude.
Some Limp Bizkit in there somewhere. I think some Linkin Park.
Dude. Just like
Soundgarden was in there somewhere.
That shit was like a movie, man. Honestly,
we could have gone like way back and started doing Pearl Jam, but then that would have been like Turbo Boomer. I think we ran out of Coors Banquet, so we had to stop at a certain time period.
Yeah. What I do like about Pearl Jam is that you don't have to know the lyrics because I don't think Eddie Vedder knows the
lyrics. Just be mostly drunk and just hum along with the vibe of the song.
It's more about emotion than it is about lyrics. Thank you, Eschaton.
But that was a fun match. I mean, thank you to Roof Korean, which I don't know. Is there a lot of Roof Koreans now in this space?
I think just on my Discord only, there are 3 people with the tag Roof Korean. And there are 2 people with his specific profile picture. So he's this very special girl, just like all the other girls. But he's our
none like him.
Yep. We did kind of an after action on that match on one of your streams, OG. So Roof showed up for that. He explained to me how USPSA scoring works, which would have been great information to have before the match rather than a week and a half afterwards. So yeah, we don't have to go over that whole thing again. But we are probably going to talk about a little bit about the intersection between competition shooting and I don't know what word to even use. Unfortunately, this is a bit of a bee in my bonnet, is that the word practical shooting got co-opted by people who are doing some of what I think is probably the least practical shooting you could possibly be doing. I don't know how they got ownership of that word. That's okay. They can have that one. We'll try to come up with our own word.
We'll shake it out either way. I think there's a lot to be said about the distinction, if there really is one, which is kind of my stance on the whole thing, why I started getting involved in competition stuff anyways, because I'm like, this seems to be the most practical exercise, at least not so much training in itself, but how you practice for it is practical training.
I'd call it more than involved, dude. You're like going ham right now.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons that I wanted to have you on here and talk. Is you've definitely caught. I mean, I think that was your first real match, the one that we did in Oregon.
Yeah, the Trash Bash was my first match ever.
And you caught the bug, and now you've been chasing it, and it's pretty awesome to see that sort of stuff. But before that, would you say that your channel or your philosophy, your approach to guns and gun YouTube and all that stuff was more in the preparedness or like Minutemen thing? Was that kind of like your initial entry into it?
Yeah, for sure. And I'd say it still is, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely still a heavy focus on my channel for making content and sharing, exchanging information, having that conversation. That's something that I try to drive home in every video, is that it's not really like so much me just like being like, I'm right and this is my information that everybody should listen to, but rather just kind of bringing forth ideas and stuff like that to that sort of audience, to hopefully have like a conversation about it, or rather to try and stimulate some sort of back and forth to try and figure out what is useful, what is worth your time, or what is effective in terms of being more prepared or just more skilled, more refined in whatever it is that you're doing in the world of guns and preparedness, EDC, SHTF, LARP shit. You know what I mean? That's the main focus.
I guess it's something that I try to do. I've talked before about how like I don't really know what the practical application for any of these skills or equipment is. I can only guess, same as almost anybody, I think. So what I've tried to do, and maybe I've not succeeded in this, I try not to be prescriptive about anything that I talk about. Like if I'm talking about LPVOs or whatever, I could say, hey, if you think this type of LPVO is useful, then here's a good one for that use case. I guess, example there would be like, I really think that an LPVO that's just set up as if it was a variable ACOG, I think that's a great type of LP. It's my favorite kind. I want a ranging reticle. I want a BDC matched to my barrel length and caliber. I want something that's simple and effective out to a realistic engagement range for an intermediate cartridge. That's what I think is useful. So if that's what you think is useful, then that's, I can recommend.
The shoe fits.
Yeah, I can recommend you LPVOs based on that use case, but I'm not telling you that that's what's going to happen, because I don't know. I have a feeling. So that's the one that I want. Whereas you could be the kind of guy who's, like, no, I need first focal plane. I need a mil grid reticle. And it's like, okay. And if that's what you're into, then I can recommend you an LPVO in that category. I guess what I think is lacking from a lot of gun YouTube specifically, because it's the thing that I think I know about, is anybody being upfront about their use case. Because usually, I mean, obviously Lucas Bakken is causing a lot of controversy right now, because he's saying a lot of things in a prescriptive manner. He's saying, this is what you need to do. This is the only way.
Yeah.
And what's lacking from that is a precursor discussion on the use case. This is the scenario in which all of these things apply.
Yeah.
And some people who disagree with Lucas's scenario are like, this guy's out of his mind. And you're like, well, that's just because you and him have different ideas about what this stuff is going to be used for.
Right.
And neither of you is right yet. Neither of you is wrong yet. Give it a couple of years, and one of you is going to find out the hard way that, oh, wow, I was preparing for the wrong thing. And we don't know who it is yet. So I don't know, that it's tough. I don't have a solid answer. So I kind of just, I'm a bit of a fence sitter on that. Like everything that I try to do, I approach from a very, non-committal standpoint. I don't know.
Yeah, I try not to be super absolute with a whole lot of my, my takes or anything like that. I mean, obviously I have my views, my opinions on gear, or a lot of philosophy type stuff for like use cases and whatnot. And a lot of that is based on my particular audience, which is like, the prepared civilian sort of person. And there's a lot of overlap where, that information can come from multiple sources and not necessarily be wrong or right one way or the other. Because I mean, it's a fucking wide net. I call myself a micro niche YouTuber because I am, but like in the same sense, it's like we're all also trying to solve a very broad problem. You know what I'm saying? And that's just refinement of skills and streamlining gear to be able to facilitate proper training, and not waste, money, not waste time on the range, fucking anything like that. Nobody wants their time wasted or to invest in stupid shit But, you know, it's because of the way that this space is, the way that this community is, and the way that content creators are, you know, everybody has a voice, everybody has an opinion. But that's why I kind of try to focus. I'm just like, it's less about, you know, exalting certain people's opinions over another because, you know, they have more subscribers, or, you know, they present things better, but rather it's just like it the more that you look at other people, the less you look at yourself in your own personal situation and what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And I understand that, you know, the answer isn't always like, you know, a totally subjective, hey, this works for me, so that's the way it is. It's like you can receive external information and recommendations and stuff like that and have it be correct. Like that is valid, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I try to really facilitate that like conversational aspect of it, where, oh my goodness, the cat wants to come up here. Come here, buddy. Fucking the there you go, cat moment. The conversation.
This is the only reason I brought you on, by the way.
Yeah,
I was hoping for this.
The conversation aspect, I think, is really important, because I mean that's just how we come to these sorts of logical solutions, and the solutions I think are typically the most logical ones. If it makes sense, then it makes sense. Otherwise, you have to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? The burden of responsibility is on the content creator to sort of do that. And fucking also it's on the viewer to not necessarily fall for, you know, market trends or industry hype, anything like that, to again solve the issue of not wasting their time trying to refine and sharpen their skills, you know.
Yeah, I think we can't ignore that there's a certain onus on the consumer of the information to apply it properly, or in a manner that is practical for them, instead of taking whatever opinion they've seen from whoever they like to consume their information from, carte blanche, and just like running with it as it's presented, because that's never going to work, I think, in a broad majority of cases for almost any shooting discipline or purpose.
It's something that I've always tried to explain to people, and I don't think a lot of people pick up on it. They get exhausted by, or what they perceive as, the rat race of consumerism, you know. And it's, to me, it's sort of like, I love watching reviews of products that I am not gonna buy because it's informational. It like lets me know what's out there, you know. But a lot of people, I think, they feel compelled. It's like, if you're reviewing a scope and you say it's a good scope, what you're actually saying is, buy this right now. I'm like, that's not what I've been saying. That's never what I've been saying. The point is, if you're in the market for this type of thing and you need it right now, this is a good one to get. But that's up to you as the viewer, as the consumer, to say, hey, some new LPVO came out. These reviews are really positive, but either I don't like LPVOs, or I don't like that style of LPVO, or I already have a good enough LPVO. I don't need to pick those up. Why does your cat like you? What are you doing to make your cat like you?
Yeah, where the hell is Socko, Hop?
He's outside being a prick.
I saved this man's life. All right, he's fucking forever indebted to me.
I guess so. I mean, I took my cat in when no one else would, but apparently that's just not fucking good enough.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Anyway, I don't know. So like, yeah, when I see product reviews of stuff, I don't immediately take an incredibly negative view about it and say, like, this is just shilling. They're just trying to force me to spend money. I'm like, this is information that I can use if I need to use it. You know, that's I've been beating that drum for years. It doesn't seem to be fucking working. So whatever. I'll shut up now. I'm not going to bring it up again.
People like to deal in absolutes. You know what I'm saying? They watch the video so that they don't have to think.
Only the Sith deal in absolutes, bro.
Only Sith deal in absolutes.
Only Sith.
Exactly. And
nobody else.
That's my, you know, I try to be the antithesis of that school of thought, where I challenge my viewers to think. You know what I'm saying? That's at least that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I feel like, because that's just my autistic quirk, is to overanalyze everything, you know, and look at it from a fucking 50-foot wide lens, top down, and do the fucking choice tree of like, if this then that, and try and make it make sense. you know.
You're a big fan of the mind map, aren't you?
The mind map, indeed.
Yeah, the little bubbles with the branching. Yeah.
Yes. Dude. Yes. If I can make a graphic like that for like every video, I would, but nobody would fucking watch it. You know what I'm saying? That's the big challenge, is just trying to make, you know, to put my ideas across in such a way that people find it not only, you know, informative, but also entertaining. I mean, if I could do fucking hour-long lectures on, you know, the efficacy of like the ACOG reticle and why it's useful for the common, you know, shooter, but like nobody's going to give a singular fuck about it if it's all right. Cat, don't do that to the mic. But nobody's going to give a singular fuck about that if it's not entertaining or, you know, valuable to their time. You know, you kind of you have to strike a very delicate balance in respecting, you know, people's time and trying to get the information across in such a way that is palatable.
Yeah, for sure.
This comes up. The recent thing that kind of made me think about this again was people talking about zero distance, which is one of those like, you know, there's like evergreen topics in the gun space where you can just be like AK versus AR. You can just talk about that once a year, every year for your entire life, and people will still watch. People are like, GunTube is dying. Meanwhile, like a Glock versus Glock competitor video gets 1 billion views. Yeah, GunTube's not dying.
Without fail.
People still care way more than they should about a lot of this shit.
As long as there's dinner to be had, there will be videos that will be watched.
Exactly. Yeah. I got to eat 2.5 meals a day, which means I need 2.5 meals worth of YouTube a day just to keep me going.
Right. And you know, shit time, you know, fucking
and
waiting in line at the supermarket.
When you're on a Teams meeting and you hold your like phone up sort of near the camera so you can kind of look like you're still looking at the camera even though you're looking at your phone.
You guys don't know that I'm not doing that right now.
There's no way to know.
Yeah, his eyes look slightly off axis. He's basically like he's keeping an eye on some 4X game that he's playing and he's barely paying attention to us.
Yeah, Sins of a Solar Empire, baby.
But yeah, so one of the things that popped up recently was people talking about zero distance again, you know, and they're talking about all of the practical ways in which a 100-yard or 100-meter zero is better than a 50-yard zero. And like every time that comes up, I'm like, I don't have like a structural argument as to why a 50-yard zero is better than a 100-yard zero. Like, I think you're generally correct that a 100-yard zero is more intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
It's more effective out to practical ranges when you're talking about either a, you know, red dot magnifier setup or a basic LPVO without, you know, drop compensation. Absolutely. But there's also some asphalt realities of like, there's a reason why a lot of conscript militaries or, you know, like just not very well trained people will go with a 25 or 36 or 50-yard zero. And that cat is just going ham, dude. And it's like, because it's not easy to always find a place to zero at 100 yards. There's also the fact that like 100-yard zero may be intuitive, but if you don't have a lot of time to set something up and you don't have a lot of opportunity to really practice with all this sort of stuff, a 50-yard zero and aiming at the middle of the target, like that's the classic conscript belt buckle aiming method, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have your Mosin zeroed for 300 meters and you aim at the belt buckle, and it's like, it'll be high or low, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be on the man. And then people will say, what about the low percentage 100-yard shot? If you're zeroed at 50 and you've got to hit like an 8-inch circle at 100 yards, well, you're going to have to aim under.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, again, this is why I think it's important to talk about what scenario you actually think the stuff is going to be useful. Because if you need to hit the plate to score the point to clear the stage, yes, absolutely. A 50-yard zero is going to be a pain in the ass because you're going to have to hold under. If you need to place rounds down range to keep an enemy suppressed while a friendly element maneuvers, you don't need to hit the target because the target probably isn't even visible. What you're shooting at is where the target is generally at. You're shooting at a trench line or you're shooting at a window in a building. There's nobody to see there. You're just putting rounds on it. And the effect of a round going 6 inches over your head versus 12 inches over your head when you're in a trench is basically the same. It's still, it's a pretty obvious effective, you know, suppression. So like, yeah, you're hitting a little bit high at 100 yards on a small target. That could be absolutely acceptable depending on the scenario. So if you're like, hey, we're preparing for a Minuteman situation, or we're going to, get the militia together. We're preparing for small unit tactics or whatever. A 50-yard zero is fucking fine, dude.
Yeah.
But if that's not what you're preparing for, then a 50-yard zero is a terrible idea because it has tons of mechanical disadvantages. So if you don't preface that conversation with what you think the information is useful for, that's how you end up pissing people off, which is what Lucas is now extremely good at. It's basically giving prescriptive advice with no discussion of what it's for in advance. And a lot of people get mad. And it's like, well, to give him the benefit of the doubt, I don't think he meant you. I think he was talking to other people.
Yeah. And he's been pretty clear on that in the past before. Like when he's talking about doing classes and stuff like that, like he's not talking about like open enrollment, civilian marksmanship classes and stuff. Like he's talking about like, God damn it, cat, get out of the way of my mouth. Fucking, he's talking about like military and like police, like agency style shooters and stuff like that, or in the off chance like higher level like competition style stuff, dare I say, it's not necessarily like the everyman style of information that or audience that he's trying to I wouldn't say appeal to, but like I would argue that's kind of like who the information is for, is those types of people, the agency type.
I have a bit of a theory which is that Lucas is just extremely burnt out on the whole like Minuteman militia, civ def. Like right towards the end of his tenure at T-Rex, they were talking about civilian defense industry, and they were absolutely that was like their big push, and it's kind of the idea that they had always been going for. Now maybe it's sort of like a post breakup emotion thing where I just think like he's really sick of that shit and he doesn't want to talk about it, and so he's pushing very hard in the opposite direction. But yeah, that's the impression that I get, that it is no longer about. Yeah, and again, I don't know, armed civilian response. It's not even about that anymore, I guess. I mean, there has always been that argument in the civilian gun space where it's like, what are you preparing for? Is it just home defense? Is it, if we're only talking about extremely practical stuff, you're like, well, then what actually happens? What are the scenarios in which civilians are actually caught up in a defensive gun use? And it's, then the FBI is not wrong. It's the 3 shots, 3 yards, 3 seconds. It's the mean average distance of 21 yards or 21 feet. Like, if we're just playing the odds, then yeah, you're right. Like that's all that matters is, can you draw and put rounds on target quickly at close range in a civilian context? And if that's all we're doing, then okay, let's just be honest about it. We'll talk about that instead. But if that's actually the case, then what are we doing running around with PRS rifles? What are we doing running around with tactical AR, night vision even?
Well, choose your doomsday.
Where does the IAR
there is no
fit into all this?
Yeah, there's no rule of law scenario for a D-ball, right? That's ridiculous. Hardly. The reason that we're getting involved with this stuff is because we think it'll go beyond that. We presume that it may. So I don't know. That's right. When I see almost everything that Lucas has been saying recently, I have looked at it and have said, I disagree completely with everything he says, but he's right. It's because he's talking about something else than I'm talking about. Like I don't, I'm not
right.
I don't do the kind of shooting he does. So in my scenario, all of this advice is not applicable.
Mm-hmm. And for most people, that is probably the case, right? For a lot of people, that is probably the case, but it's
99% objectively true. I keep seeing this, and Focus Strip did the same thing. There's this desperate insistence that holding a rail like this is the natural hand position.
Wrong.
What the
Incorrect.
fuck are you talking about?
That's when I reach my arms out.
What?
My hands don't naturally do that. This is what they fucking look like, okay?
Yeah.
So this is what I want my fucking hands to do when I reach my hand out on my rifle.
Do you remember? So this is let's gotta go back to the fucking old gun tube here. James Yeager, Tactical Response.
Oh yeah.
he was one of the first guys who taught the when you're firing single-handed, you don't try to hold the gun perfectly vertical. You hold it like this, and that's what his logo was. His logo used to be the Glock at an angle, one-handed shooting, right? And that's why you also see the people who, and it's a bit of a meme. It's a little bit cringe, but it's also sort of accurate. All the guys who are demonstrating, like when they're not holding a gun, but they're trying to show you, like they're trying to pantomime holding a gun. They do that tactical kitty paws thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Because your hands at a natural angle would be like this, right? So yeah, again, this so weird to me that people are like, you could have a very solid argument for why vertical grips have downsides, but they just keep losing people because they're doing that classic thing, that classic liar's tactic of, I know you're not going to believe me, so I'm going to give you a bunch of excuses at once. I'm going to shotgun a bunch of excuses out there and hope that one of them sticks. And you're like, you started with a nugget of a good idea, and then you told me a whole bunch of lies, and now I don't fucking believe you anymore.
And now the pendulum has swung so far in the opposite direction that it's an overcompensation. It's a not an overcompensation, but a overcommitment to an idea.
Yep. Because it became prescriptive. Yeah, we talk about the three types of argument. So logos, pathos, ethos. Pathos just doesn't apply in gun shit because it's very much like a philosophical type of thing. Logos, logic, and ethos, ethics. It became an ethos argument. It became an argument of this is how things should be. This is the correct way to do things. You're like, well, that's not logical. You're using illogical arguments because you've decided what you want to believe, and now you're trying to work backwards to get there. Yeah, and it's starting to get a little bit unhinged.
The ends are
when the science words start coming in to back up all of your arguments.
You got to use the word kinesthetic, to support your argument. I've already won. You don't realize, but I've already won.
I used the science word. Your argument is invalid.
Yeah, with the whole vertical grip thing, it's like, it's silly. It's fucking silly, is what it is. You know, I'm gonna spoil because I plan on making a video on it like this week, just talking about it, something short. And the whole like point of logic that I'm making in that video, my argument for it is it doesn't fucking matter which way you go. Okay, like the next evolution of the AR-15 platform is not locked behind the inclusion or the exclusion of a fucking vertical 3-inch piece of plastic on your rifle. Like, it's just not the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you're gonna net yourself fucking 20% better performance in handling your rifle by excluding a fucking vertical grip, like as if like nobody has ever tried this before. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the arguments that people do make against, you know, vertical grips and stuff like that, like sometimes they're valid, don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? But it's not a one size fits all sort of solution. And that's like where you have to, again, not deal in absolutes and actually look at yourself. And it's kind of funny because he actually brings that up in the video, which is my biggest criticism of that video, is saying like, you know, oh, well, it works for me. And he's like, well, that's, you know, a cop out, you know, that's like a poor excuse for a lack of skill or something like that. I'm butchering the actual phrase, but it's along those lines. And it's just like, well, not really, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're talking a vertical grip, when you're bracing on a fucking barrier, okay, like a horizontally planed barrier, like a hood of a car or something like that, like you can absolutely do it with a 16-inch. You could do it on an 11-inch, 10-inch, 20-inch. It doesn't necessarily like make or break anything. Like I have shot competitions off of barriers with fucking the Magpul vertical grip on my 16-inch. I shot fucking Range Day Bros, you know, Block 2 clone, which has, you know, like the Troy stubby grip off of barriers and stuff like I don't understand what such a staunch argument is necessary against this, saying that it's like going to, like, just getting rid of it, you're gonna fucking fix like some sort of problem. You know, it's a solution in search of a problem is really what this kind of shakes out to be, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I always, I understand people saying, hey, you know, shooting is shooting, therefore you should shoot competition style shooting. And if you do well, that means you're a good shooter. And if you don't, you're bad. You know, I understand about 40% of that argument. The rest of it, though, it just doesn't particularly work because there's a lot more involved in competition shooting than just shooting. There's a whole bunch of like stage planning, stage memorization. There's a lot of movement based stuff, which has zero analog to real life. Like you've never seen an officer involved shooting. You've never seen a helmet cam from war. You've never seen any real scenario that involved that specific kind of shit. But yeah, there's also the other problem of constructed scenarios. You know, it's funny. It's funny to say and make fun of those arguments like, never heard a shot timer in a gunfight. It's like it's funny to say that and it's funny to make fun of it, but you never seen a VTAC barricade in a gunfight. You know, it's like, haha. Wait a second, that's a good point. This was really reinforced recently that the shooting in Canada reminded me of the officer ambush in Dallas years and years ago.
Yes,
same kind of thing. Yep. What you saw in both situations was undertrained officers crowding cover. Bracing off of cover and losing all situational awareness. If you ever take a defensive or tactical shooting class, you know, you learn from somebody who teaches like law enforcement, for example. So a good example, I think, Luke, you and I would say would be Thunder Ranch. Yeah. They do a lot of teaching law enforcement. They do have barricades that they use during the classes. You do not touch the barricade. The reason that that's not done in competition is because unskilled shooters who are just rushing are going to blow the shit out of the barricade because of height over bore issues. That's why you are encouraged to put the gun through the barricade, because otherwise you're going to destroy the range props and it's going to cost a lot of money and cause, you know, plywood splinters to fly back into people's faces. So no, you don't use VTAC barricades correctly in a competition. But if you're trying to use cover properly, you don't brace on the cover. You space off from the cover and you pie around the cover, right? That would have kept those officers alive in both of those situations. If they had not thought that they were playing a video game and plugged their backpack into the wall like it was a third-person shooter, if they had done what they may have been trained to do, maybe they were untrained, maybe not, whatever. If they had used the cover the way that you are supposed to, space back from it, pie around one side, if somebody comes around the other side of your cover, you see them coming because you're watching the whole thing. Your peripheral vision covers both sides of the cover. That's if tactical shooting is the same as practical shooting, then why are you using cover objects that way in competition? Makes me think that practical is a misnomer. I absolutely understand why it should be that way in competition. You are encouraged to use the cover object to brace your shot because it's easier to make the shot when you have something to brace on. They don't want to destroy the expensive props that they spend a lot of money on. I mean, have you priced wood recently? Plywood, 1x2s, 2x4s. They're crazily expensive. You can't be destroying these things every stage. Okay, so you got to preserve the range props. The competitors are encouraged to brace to make the shot easier at longer range. But if this was supposed to be an analog for tactical shooting, a training experience, you should never touch the cover.
Yeah, it's not one-to-one.
Frustrating.
It's not a one-to-one crossover. This was the whole fucking thesis for my last video, was comparing tactical LARP style training, such as, you know, think of like your, you know, tactical rifle classes, fucking one shepherd events, you know, even airsoft, I would argue, has some training value. Milsim West, you know, things like that. I mean, obviously it's a lot of fucking
Milsim West kids. It's mostly about furries and body pillows from what
at this point, yeah. It's the West has truly fallen, but it has in some way, shape, or form.
South next, maybe last
you know. Yeah, but there's some innate value to it, and the same argument that I made is there is an untouched, or for many people an undiscovered benefit to competition shooting. Like, it's just the type of stressors that are involved. It's not a 1-to-1, and it's meant to be similar. But it's not meant to wholly replicate it. You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
across
But there's
the
an
board,
exercise of skills there that do translate very well into the tactical environment. Sorry, go ahead.
I think if you just like go shoot competition, like the more you do it, you're going to be a better shooter anyway, because it's just a matter of repetition under a like in an environment that requires you to get better, for it to be like, you know, for you to get that feedback loop. Because if you go out there, you can just like suck and you continue to suck, I'm pretty sure you're going to quit, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's any, there might be that one guy who just like comes every week and just wastes 500 rounds at a match and doesn't care. But I'm sure that's not most of us, right?
No. And it's the way that I explain it, and like what I've seen, the feedback that I've gotten from, because that's like you guys have seen, you know, I've fucking have explored this realm, so to speak. Like, I'm not like a fucking anywhere near the proficiency or the same amount of exposure to this sort of discipline as, like, you know, people who are like career serious, you know, multi-year long competition shooters and stuff like that. But it's like, I took like 2 months to just like dive into this shit, you know, to really immerse myself in the practice, in the discipline, in the fucking environment, you know what I'm saying, just to see what could be extracted from it. And the determination that I've come to is that, you know, the reason why I think competition translates very well into, you know, preparedness and tactical mindset style of training is that it's solely focusing on weapons handling, manipulation, speed, and accuracy. It exercises those muscles, the proverbial muscles, extremely well. And which obviously, you know, the situational aspect, like you said, like bracing off of barriers, covers, things like that. It's not a 1-to-1 thing. Does it create training scars in the way that people say it does? Maybe if that's the only fucking thing you've ever done, if the only thing you've ever done is shoot competitions, then, you know, you might just go, you're not necessarily like, you get put into a situation, you know, a fucking quote unquote self-defense situation. You're not going to rise to the occasion. You're going to fall back on what is most proficient for you and what's most familiar. And if the only thing that's familiar to you is, you know, flying half your body out, trying to fucking make make shots on fucking obscure targets and stuff like that, then maybe. But I also wouldn't necessarily insult people's intelligence and stuff like that. You know, when people get shot at, they try not to expose themselves all that much. But it's still, I think, true to say that I don't think it creates the training scars that people really think it does. I think that's a straw man argument. And
I don't know if I agree with that, because I think that people like to say that there's no such thing as training scars, and then they make fun of.
I'm not saying there's no such thing.
Memory. Sure, but yeah, I've seen this argument made where it's just like, training scars aren't real, muscle memory is not real. You know, you can shoot competition in this way, and then when a tactical situation arises, you just don't shoot that way. I'm like, I don't know if that's accurate, because if that was the case, then practice wouldn't mean anything. You would never get better by repetition. Like, I mean, that's just the human, you know, mind-body connection, is that the more times you do something, the more it becomes second nature.
That's why you have to do
if you reload from a belt a whole bunch of times, you'll get really fast at reloading from a belt. Take away the belt, and you're like, now you got to reload from a chest rig. You don't have the muscle memory. It's a different thing. So
there's a good example of this in a TFB TV video. What was it, when James reviewed the 590 RM? That magazine for the 590 RM rock and locks, and on the video, I think not just me, but James too. But as soon as that magazine goes in, what do you go for next? You go for the charging handle that doesn't exist, because this is a pump action shotgun.
Yep.
And that's a perfect example of like an action, like a reload action leading to a subsequent action that, you know, that you really don't think about, right? Because you're going off of muscle memory, which is a very real thing under stress, because we were doing all that under a timer.
Yeah, we were trying to do it under timer. And that's again one of the good things about competition shooting, is it just forces you to win it, right? But yeah, so we were doing the shotgun manipulations under a timer. Same thing has happened to me with any AR derivative platform that doesn't have rear charging. So that could be we were doing SIG Spear stuff with a side charger, CMMG Descent forward charger, PSA Jackal forward charging. So many times somebody picks one of those things up, they go for the reload, and they reach for the T handle. Because every single thing about that gun feels like an AR. So your body and your brain is like, we're shooting an AR right now. T handle. Oh, it's not there. It's up here. It's on the side, whatever. So muscle memory, you could, you can say like, well, it shouldn't be that way. I'm sorry, it is that way. Muscle memory is real. The thing that you practice is the thing that you get good at. It's the thing that you go to automatically in times of stress. Or like, I guess another thing that I think people don't think about enough is task loading. I know Luke's going to be very familiar with that because of his pilot background. He's a pilot, by the way. Task loading, people really don't think about that stuff enough. People will set up an AR in an almost unusable way, and they're like, well, I don't see the problem because here, look, if I move my hand like this and then get it over here, then I can touch all the buttons. And you're like, that's you sitting in your bedroom aiming at the white wall. All that stuff works totally fine when you're just like, yep, get my hand right in there. Okay, let me put nods on you so you lose your peripheral vision. Let me put a timer on you so that you're now under some stress. Are you still going to be able to manage all those weird little intricacies of your setup when your brain is task loaded with a bunch of other stuff? Keeping track of targets, movement, managing your night vision, all that kind of stuff, managing rough terrain. So task loading is another thing. And that's why when you start to get saturated with expectations of movement, memorizing target packages, that kind of shit, then the more complex stuff just completely falls out the window and you start reaching for charging handles that don't exist.
Yeah, great place to test out those sorts of builds and stuff like that.
If you ever try to use a thermal for hunting, like at night, and like learning how to use the thermal while you're trying to shoot the animal is a very dumb idea, because like there's all sorts of extra buttons and like zooms and stuff like that. Like there's different focus levers and stuff. So I mean, like anytime you're under stress, like what you've practiced on the flat range, for lack of a better term, I hate that, but it kind of goes out the window, right?
We don't have flat range because we're shooting in fucking bullshit clear cuts in the woods.
There's not a piece of flat land within eyeshot.
Flat range. Yeah, we've got about like a 5-foot square gravel pit, and then the rest of it is just like a straight up hill full of deadfall.
Whatever they've flattened out for like the backhoe to park.
Yep.
Just the parking area.
That you were there. You know those places aren't flat. It's mostly just, it's all rocks.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's almost exclusively what I have in my neck of the woods is only flat ranges.
Only flat ranges.
We have flat ranges. We have flat areas where people would proverbially do gunfights. It's only flat. It's like Minecraft creative mode out here.
So you liked it when you were out here, huh?
Oh yeah. I'm leaving. I'm fleeing as soon
You're
as I can.
You're abandoning your state to come to our communist shithole.
Yes. Yeah. And you know what? There's only one way to solve the problem.
Yeah,
all
very
right?
based, actually. I accept you with open arms. You're the kind of immigrant I want.
Yeah. the good kind.
You're the good kind.
I work, I swear, and pay taxes. I don't like it, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay taxes. That's optional.
It's optional for a while, then they catch up.
This is not legal advice. This is not financial advice. Don't sue me.
Yeah. The
All right,
IRS is knocking on my door.
Let's knock out some of these super chats here, because we've been going for about 45 minutes. Why do I even bother? What does that mean? Zippity zoppity, give me the boppity. That's not actionable.
It's what's his name?
That toaster looks like you should not allow it on an American Airlines flight. Big Hoss. Drink check. So when we were in Houston, Texas, we were hanging out with our boy Coppertone, and he's a big PBR man. And so we were trying PBR, and I was like, you know what? I think this is like PBR the Nickelback of beers. It got too popular, and then people got too against it. And you're like, it's actually fine. It's actually a fine beer.
A lot of undue hate. That's what it was. They were wrong. They were fucking wrong. PBR is fantastic.
Speaking of the way that Eddie Vedder sings, prison gas.
Scott Stapp.
Aren't two of their songs the same song?
I mean, all of them are the same song. Let's be Kona Big Wave. Hey, not bad, man.
Yes.
Not a bad.
Love this shit.
Beer.
Well, I was drinking water like a responsible adult, but
damn,
gay.
I've got scotch.
Playing it safe, huh?
Yeah. I gotta work.
Weezer, did you compare sizes? I wonder what he means. Size of drink, size of AR. I mean, I'm a 10-3 man. You know that.
How do you get?
And I've got a Mark 18 clone.
Dang!
Got him. Jesus.
It ain't 12 inches, but it smells like a foot.
Mid or carby? I don't know, man. Hope your girlfriend's okay with weird dwell time. Luke Nukem super sticker. I don't know what this means. I think I have to be in the app for this. So
Nukem.
Yep, sorry, that's a StreamYard thing. I'm sure it was cool though.
He's sending fucking Canuckistan bucks.
Bear Arms channel. Our FRT's ghetto now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's been usurped.
Ghetto now?
Yeah, it does kind of seem like that. I haven't seen a lot of people making serious use of these.
They had to become ghetto, right? Like they were going to become ghetto.
They were going to fade into obscurity, so they had to do the Samson option.
I think AR pistols got co-opted as well. Like it was a thing where you're like, I can have my perfect short AR setup, and I don't have to file paperwork to travel interstate.
Carry handle,
very based.
Beta C mag, pistol buffer. I mean, buffer only. I mean, like you don't even have to put the. Come on,
you don't even got to put the sleeve on there.
Tube with the foam on it.
Come
on, man.
Oh my god, what is this? 2000 fucking 12.
Cool. It should have been cool, but it ended up not being cool. So I can't pronounce that name. Hop Sig Romeo 7 review. When your incorrect version of the only firearms influencer I'll listen to. Spell check, my friend.
Slow down.
Calm down.
Ride the lightning. Fuck spell check.
Yeah, I mean, Luke doesn't do spell check. We're here for like a couple hours. You can take your time. Romeo 7, I have never I don't think done like a real video about it, but like I still have a Romeo 7. Every time that I use it as a baseline to compare to new optics, I'm like, I want to do like a passive aiming thing, light transmission, dot brightness, whatever. The Romeo 7 just fucking holds up. And I'm like, what?
It's eternal. It's fucking eternal. I have
and they still make it, and it's still cheap.
Yeah,
it's $200.
I got the Gen 1 SIG MSR that refuses to fucking die. And the reason I kept it around for so long is because they've upgraded with the Gen 2. They've got rid of the rheostat wheel for adjusting brightness, and I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate the buttons. I want the fucking wheel, dude. Yes, that's the way
there we go.
It should be, man.
That's it, man.
Hollow Sun 403R. I still like this thing. I think these are still in production for now. Same thing with the Romeo 7. Like, yeah, I don't know. My review of the Romeo 7 is buy a Romeo 7. It actually works awesome. And it does include a lower mount, which you can use on certain platforms. Yeah, it's a good red dot. The Romeo 7S seems to be a mistake. St. John's Crusade became a YouTube member. All right, good luck with that. You get to use the fun emojis in chat, though, so have fun. Central Sands Defense. Vert grips, FRT big dumb, USPSA dumb. I would say that vert grips are based. FRT is
big
a waste of money. And USPSA is for
also big fun. Also big fun.
Very fun, but it is homosexual.
I'm just happy if I'm shooting.
Or it's gay coded. I don't know. Not everybody who does USPSA is gay, but everybody who's gay does USPSA.
Correct.
Oh my god. Fucking Art
of Vondelay. Question to Unc. That could be any of us. Well, it could be Luke or I because we're old enough to be Unc status, or it could be Uncle OG. He could be short. He's actually a pretender to the throne. He's got stolen valor, elderly status.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah. I'm sorry. Which one of you guys have kids? Oh, okay.
Do you have kids?
Yes.
You do?
I'm fucking father pilled.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. Man. So you're not an uncle then?
No, not yet.
All right.
You have to change your name to Father.
All right. Banned.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Get him out of here. This guy's a fucking liar. I'm an uncle, man. I'm
gonna go get my shiesty. I'll become Uncle OG.
Yeah.
I'm 4x uncle pilled, and you are a father? What?
Yeah.
Change your channel name to Father OG. See how many subscribers you lose overnight. Okay, so if the Earth is flat, why can't I see London through my TaO2? I'm going to suggest it's because you bought the wrong ACOG, pal.
It's atmospheric density. That's the problem.
Who buys TaO2? Yeah, visibility is like at most like maybe 10 statute miles on any given day. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's basic knowledge, regardless if you're a globe head or not.
4x. It's not enough. London. Also, first of all, where are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're
the
on
correct
the
answer
coast,
it's because you didn't buy a TA11.
Yeah, the better ACOG. You bought the
better
wrong
ACOG.
Come on, man. That shit's fucking overhyped. All right. The 4X is fine. It's really not that bad. I'm tired of pretending that it isn't. What do you fucking mean? No. Why?
I know how big you are. You're my size. There's no fucking shot you're using a 4X ACOG and not hating your life every second of it, dude.
I'm not. I love it. Every single day. It makes me fucking happy.
You've got one of the charging handle T-wings all the way up your nose.
It's not, dude. It's not fucking like
his
that.
eyes just like he's got a tube.
Or you put it on a cram riser, which incredibly homosexual. No. Please don't do that. No. Or you're shooting like it's fucking old school NRI high power. Your elbows all the way out here chicken winging so you can get close enough to the optic.
If it wasn't a stream, I would fucking show you that it's like legit. Fucking literally look at any of my Instagram videos of me fucking shooting and it's not like that, dude.
Yeah, you look miserable.
It's so,
all
again,
those posts,
here we go with just listening to fucking what everybody else says instead of just like I'm not doubting that you haven't shot a fucking 4X ACOG. I know you have. But
I got one on a carry handle right now, and I wish I was fucking dead.
Yeah,
I could go get my TA11. I mean, come on.
It's not that bad.
I'm sorry. Okay, so OG, let me get this straight. Is what you're saying that it works for you?
I mean, I am me, and I know that it works.
Unacceptable. So, yeah, no, there's no such thing as works for me.
I'm also trying to tell you that it would fucking work for you, but people, this is the whole Nickelback argument all over again. They're just like, everybody else said it sucks, so I think it sucks too. Look at me, I'm a fucking individual.
I think it sucks because I have one, and it sucks.
You know what? That's just fucking false. I'm not going to stand for this fucking Trigicon heresy. It's good, and it's damn good.
Yeah, that's why they never made any other versions of the ACOG after that first one.
Don't need to fix perfection, dog. Oh shit, cat, don't fall.
Coppertone's just being real mean to us.
No. Y'all look very submissive and breedable tonight. Damn.
No, breadable.
Bread
bowl.
Interesting.
I could go for a bread bowl right now. Bread bowl would be pretty good.
Domino's broccoli, fucking pasta bread bowl.
No, I was thinking like some broccoli cheddar, you know, maybe some.
That's good too.
In my mind, I was thinking like it's a portmanteau of bread and Red Bull. Red Bull.
Oh, because of the A.
I don't know.
It's like tomato soup. You got to dunk the bread in the fucking Red Bull. Hey, is this thing on?
No. Hello. Am I right?
Yeah.
Tusk the Third. What's worse than taking a dump after a shower? I don't know.
Taking a dump in the shower.
No, that's arguably more favorable. Just fucking get rid of it, dude. You guys have never been sick in the shower.
Hide the evidence. Nobody has to know.
Yeah, exactly.
What goes on in the shower?
You're literally
in the shower, bro.
You're in the place where the soap exists. Just fucking.
Why do people pay money to ask these questions, man?
You've got an available hole to the sewer and you're not using it. What are you, crazy?
Literally 2 feet away is the same sewer line that goes to your shitter. It's all the same.
Yeah,
stuff.
but the drain is different.
The wife's gonna hate that, by the way.
Just wash it, bro.
Oh Lord. I should have bought way more beer. Just some Space Cowboy says, after having been forced to use a 25-300 zero for work, I really miss my 50 and 100 zeros. Yeah. The thing that you got to keep in mind with a 25-yard zero is that some people have no opportunity to shoot past 25, but they still want to have a rifle for like rifle shit. And maybe they're just going to have to suck it up. And yeah, I don't know. Also, the military probably is like, hey, look, this whole batch of people are going to be cooks and truck drivers. Let's just go ahead and let them zero at the 25. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. There's arguments for it. They're not structural arguments. They are extremely logistics based. Like getting these guys out to the 100-yard range would be a real pain in the ass. So let's just go ahead and let them zero.
Just CYA shit. CYA.
But here's the thing: is they still do that. They'll zero for 25-300. And even though it's like non-combat MOSs and shit like that, and they still make them qual at 300 yards. Like they still pop up shit. I actually no, that's not entirely true. I'll retract that statement. The pop-up quals out to 300 yards where you actually have to do like some holdovers and stuff like that. Granted, it's minute of man targets like the Green Ivans and shit like that.
Minute of double-decker bus.
Yeah, minute of gigantic plastic piece of shit targets. And fucking but for the pogues out there, from to my understanding, is they simulate, you know, those size targets by literally putting a piece of paper out there with multiple targets on it.
It's not
that's what thing,
there's no actual holdovers. It's just reduced size targets at the same distance.
That's what worries me about Appleseed. I got kind of interested in Appleseed. Luke and I were talking about rimfire stuff. We're talking about doing Appleseed, and then I looked at their target and I was like, wait a second, they're basically trying to simulate reduced size targets, but everything is shot at 25 yards, meaning that the practical skill, you're not gaining any practical experience with. Yeah, it seemed
your point of aim just has to be more refined.
Weird. Yeah, you just have to take more time.
What a skill.
Gross. Don't like it. Anyway, good luck, Space Cowboy. I'm sorry that happened, or I'm glad for you, whichever it is.
Whatever fits better.
Yeah. Coppertone once more. I only need one round, and it will be at negative range. Yeah, I think you can probably get to like -3 inches is what I'm thinking. If you have to. Central Sands Defense, or in a shocking revelation, think for yourself. Not an option.
Foreign.
There are people who get paid good money to make up my mind for me. So why would I not listen to them?
That's scary.
Art Vandelay once more. If VFGs are dumb, then why have a pistol grip? Good point. Why not grip your AR like a staff weapon in Stargate? Good point.
Just insert the clip of the Jaffa weapon versus the P90.
Yeah, the Jaffa.
That's all you need to know. This is for terror.
The terror weapon war. Utterly failing to connect with a target versus the FNP90, which has a built-in molded vert grip where you have tactical kitty paws on the gun, and then watch Colonel Samantha Carter fucking obliterate a log with that.
God damn it!
And tell me that VFGs are bad.
Talk about Unc, man. When I was a kid, Samantha Carter was still hot.
Can't even imagine being that old.
She's still hot. I still would.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Like
even though she's Canadian. Even better, dude. I'm barely 4.5 feet tall as it is anyway.
I guess that's true. Like, you and her would be fine. OG or I, it would be like, hey, how was the island, by the way? Sinistral Rifleman. Memorization, footwork, stage planning are not factors at fast matches. All that shit goes out the window in long format stages. That's what I love about the Moons Out match, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I think Luke and I are going to be at
shit like that.
Yeah, Ridge Runner. Luke and I are going to be at Fast Idaho in October.
Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to that. I love the long stages where the USPSA guys show up and they're like, "Can I have a stage walkthrough?" And then the guy running the match is like,
I'm not wasting all that time. Yeah.
And then they shit their whole ass because they're like, well, that's the basis of my entire career is stage walkthrough and planning.
How am I supposed to know how to shoot this if I don't know what I'm shooting?
Yeah.
That's the point.
Suck it.
Yeah.
Coppertone, once again, hey, here's a PBR to you. Take a drink every time Luke's like a Tibetan monk constantly. OG pans to a cat all the time and Hop raises his voice. I would never do that. I'm a soft-spoken, sensitive young man. I can't even think of a time where I've raised my voice.
Literally never.
Certainly not on the internet.
No.
Because the internet is forever.
Yeah.
Chromosome Hoarder, Luke C. and Hop sellout. Does he mean like sellout crowd because we're such a hot commodity, or like?
It was worth $99.
Those are instructions, actually. He's telling you to sell out.
He's telling us to sell out.
Sell out to Busch Light. Shit, I got the wrong beer, dude. I did get. This is probably not at all what your question is about, but I go ahead and just answer it anyway because I feel like it. I got some of the Busch Light Lime for the first time recently, and I don't think I like it.
Lime already added into beer never goes well.
That's foul. That is foul.
It's too
beer
acidic.
That's pre-skunked.
I guess so. I got like acid reflux from having 6 of those things.
Yeah, it sounds.
And I was like, I don't know, because when I tried Busch Light Apple and Keystone Light Apple, I was like, these are damn good. These are surprisingly good beers. They've got like a dry cider thing. They're really fucking good. And then I was like, well, I should try the Busch Light Lime because, like, it's the next seasonal in line, and I did not like it. I did not like it. It kind of like, it just like felt bad. I was like, I feel like I need to have a Tums every other can.
Just chasing them with Tums.
Yeah, just doing beer Tums all night long.
Shot
like,
in a beer.
Why do you have vitamin C poisoning? I'm like, well, look.
But at least you don't have scurvy.
Yeah,
exactly. My teeth are staying in, motherfucker. Zanico, I'm convinced hop doesn't age. I didn't age for 30 years, and then I aged 10 years in 1 year, and then I stopped again. So I age in like chunks.
I saw that in real time. What the fuck was that, man? Like, legitimately, that shit like scared the fuck out of me. I'm like, is this the same person?
Well, I learned how to drink and smoke. I don't think that's good for you, technically speaking.
It shaved years off my lifespan.
God willing, it did. I don't want to experience any more of this than I fucking have to.
Who wants to die old? Not me.
Exactly. I had a history professor in college who, like once a lecture, he would reliably say, we all know that the truth or the secret to life is to live fast, die young, and leave a good-looking corpse.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, this is the best history class I've ever had.
This guy might be him, bro.
And then the next semester was so boring that I changed my major from history to Japanese, and the rest is
it because your history professor died and they had to replace him with someone boring?
No, it was just that, he was like like when you start doing drugs and they give you like the good shit for cheap to get you hooked. They were like, okay, if you're a freshman history major, we're going to give you this guy because he's awesome. And then all the rest of the professors are going to suck, but it's too late. You're already hooked.
And you already paid for a semester.
Yeah, you paid. And you're like, I guess I'm stuck. But I was.
I think you're giving the public school system way too much credit.
Well, the public university.
Hop's not afraid to cut his losses. All right. He said, "Fuck it, we're gonna let this train crash."
If there's one thing I love doing, it's giving up.
Watch out. You gotta get off.
But no, that was a fun semester because it was that or the next one that I had a professor who was. You can probably look this up. You can probably dox me really easily when I tell you this. One of them was Alexander King, I believe, was the professor, and then the TA was Daniel Pope. And so the email system of the university meant that I would get emails from A. King and Da Pope every day. And I was like, this fucking rules. Nice. I love being a history major. And then the next semester was so boring that I almost got an F, and I was like, okay, I can't do this.
What was the plan for a history degree? What was the idea there?
I would love to tell you that, but I'm going to need another beer.
Oh man, he dodged it again.
Are you a collegiate intellectual, Mr. Luke?
I was expelled from college, actually.
That's fucking even better, honestly.
That's a true story. I was expelled in my sophomore year. I think about like a month before graduation.
Did you kill somebody? Like, what happened?
I mean, I might as well have, because like
academically speaking, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I was doing what I'm doing now. Actually, I was being paid to write. So no one likes writing.
But in a collegiate environment,
that's very bad. Don't do that. That was very dumb on my part. So
doing like journalism and shit is frowned upon.
No.
There's a key detail that I'm missing here, but we'll fill in the blank.
If you had been to college,
I've been to college. This is my third time going to college now.
Oh,
believe it or not.
Third time, okay.
Yeah.
Third major, or like, are you sticking with one this time, or what were you?
Oh no, it's like the first time I went to college was before I joined the Army. I tried to join the Marines, and they were only taking officers. They're like, you have to go to college first. And I'm like, that sounds gay, but I'm homeless and I needed this job. So I enrolled in fucking college, and I did it for 2 weeks. And I dropped out because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm a fucking idiot and I don't deserve to fucking be here. And so I fucking left. You know what caused me to leave the first time?
What?
I was in med term. Okay, so like, you know, where you just, the whole fucking point of the class is to learn medical words. And
there, you went to like
the
actual
teacher
college.
was doing, yeah, and fucking the teacher was doing a true or false slideshow, and the question, mind you, I was the only man in this class. It was, everyone else was females, and the question was, true or false, are the fallopian tubes connected to the ovaries? I've seen the fucking diagram before. All right. I was like, yeah, true, big dog. 3-pointer. Woo! Fucking shot that shit out there. False. I was like, I'm not even kidding you. The bell rung and I went straight to the fucking counselor's office and I unenrolled myself that day. I fucking was like,
go to the registrar. You're like,
part of this.
Yeah,
I swear to God, I thought
this is a generational L. Like, this cannot happen again. Fucking said, fuck that.
Now I'm curious, what's between the
right? Like, that was a total gotcha question. It had to be. It's like, I don't know.
They're
what the
in
fuck
line
else
with. They're in sequence with.
They are connected. It's just. It's
there's an intermediary.
Like, there's something else there. Yeah, like, whatever, right, dude. Fine. Fuck off. I'm not like,
don't. I mean, I've had one my entire life, but don't ask me how the fucking vas deferens works, dude. I'm not a pro.
Yeah. So that was the first time. The second time was while I was in the Army. So, like, literally, after I fucking unenrolled, I went to the recruiter's office and I told him, I'm like, yeah, hey man, not gonna work out. I dropped out of college. He's just like, okay, whatever. And the Army guy was standing across the hall. He was just like, didn't work out, huh? It's just like, I was like, yeah. He's like right this way. You know, fucking went and got in the Army. And then while I was in the Army, they pay for all of your schooling, which is pretty cool. Like, while you're active, like, it's just totally like paid up front, like not even reimbursed or anything. So I tried going for a psychology degree, made it through a semester of that, and then just shit got too busy in the Army. Like, I literally wasn't at home enough to fucking handle classes. So I was just like, yeah, this ain't gonna work out. Instead of flunking and having to pay the classes back, I'm just gonna fucking unenroll. And now the third time I'm going for applied science. And I'm
your third try, just effort posting.
Third try, and I have one class left before I graduate.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right.
Congratulations.
So we fucking made it.
You'll end up with a much better degree than I did. I've told the story on live before, but you probably haven't heard it. That when I was going to college, so it was during the big financial crisis. So college was like where you sort of hid for 4 years, hoping for the economy to get better.
Yeah.
And then like everybody in my family was basically saying, "Oh, get a degree in fucking whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is your master's degree." And I was like, "Oh, of course, yeah, I'll get my bachelor's in whatever, and then I'll get a master's in something that's truly important." Well, of course, by the time that I graduated with my bachelor's in fucking who gives a shit, it was too late. I was like, I'm so burnt out. There's no way I'm doing another minute in school. So I never got a master's. So all I got was the bullshit degree setting me up for the master's that I didn't get. So yeah, no, not good. I did at one point, I had a 400 level class that was as a Japanese language major, if you didn't know. And this 400 level class was a Japanese culture credit, and it was predominantly about yaoi. So there was a middle-aged,
why?
A 400 level class with a middle-aged female professor who was also, I believe, my my academic advisor as well, I believe. And most of what we covered was yaoi. So like, I am a credentialed weeb. Like, I actually have a piece of paper on the wall that says that I know what I'm fucking talking about when it comes to boys love anime. It's probably the single worst thing that's ever happened to me.
You kind of have the yaoi build. I'm not gonna lie.
That's why. A lot. Except I'm 6.5 feet tall, so I don't.
That's why that earthquake happened when you were in Japan. Hop. That was God.
They were trying to save. Yeah, God was like, "Get out of there!
Get the fuck out of Japan."
He's like Matthew McConaughey slamming on the bookshelf. He's like, "No!" And I.
Well, no, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like how like the whole yaoi thing, like they have like gigantic fucking hands and they're all like super tall and shit like that, like the caricature version of fucking. I guess you didn't take the class.
I don't know that. Why would you know that? What is this, a weird self-report?
I'm a fucking weeb. Because I'm a fucking filthy weeb.
I've noticed this about you. Let's move on. Let's please move on. Can we please? Can we all
I
agree to
I don't be viewing yaoi. It's just, you know, by association. I go to conventions, you know, I see the shit.
All right. Okay. I didn't need to know that.
That's the most self-report you'll get out of me.
True. I am lugging it. Hop is looking particularly tasty tonight. That's unnecessary. You did not need to say that, but thank you though. but don't say that ever again.
Not a real uncle.
Big suit David Burns is not a real uncle. Stolen valor. I've often said this about OG. He's not an uncle.
I got
He's not OG. He's not old enough to be OG. Just because he's got the haircut doesn't mean he's old.
It's not a haircut. That's just how it grows, bro.
Whatever. You're half my age. You're half my age, kid.
No, I'm not. I'm not that young, bro.
Sit your childish ass down.
We're gonna fucking fight.
No, we're not. We're gonna hug.
You're gonna hug. Yeah.
That sounds better.
See, I might have picked up a reputation here. I'm the handsome horse enjoyer. You all saw the fucking Colt logo they're putting on the new optics. They're doing a.
It's been one day. It's already concrete.
I took pictures of that at GunCon. I didn't realize you hadn't seen those yet. I thought everyone knew about those.
It was like nobody gave a shit until Lucas posted about it, and then all of a sudden everybody's like really obsessed with the Colt optics. To me, when I saw it, I immediately thought this is like when they introduced their magnified optics. It's just some white label shit. Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's like groundbreaking or anything. I just couldn't help but notice that the horse logo is not the classic Colt, not the Hartford horsey.
It's the Lance.
It's like a pretty handsome, like a Disney movie, you know, like Balto the dog or whatever the fuck. Like, I mean, it's an anime horse, and he's smoking a cigar. He's chomping on a cigar for some
kind of cool
reason.
If you think about it. You know,
maybe.
That's how you make anything cool. Make them smoke a cigarette. That's like the #1 cartoon trope ever. It's like, that's how you know that's the cool guy. He's smoking a fucking grit, dog.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So. I'm not buying these optics. I don't care about the fucking footprint. So. Anyway, Eschaton, he's a Northwest boy. How does one get into these camping/comp trips? Dude, if you want to hang out with us, you are more than welcome to. Just be warned. I'll keep you posted. Yeah, I'll keep you posted going forward. Just be warned that, like, we're gonna get drunk and we're going to say some words about Neon Genesis Evangelion. That is how the night inevitably ends.
Yeah. Sea shanties,
CKY, and then
CKY,
screaming the N word at the top of your lungs to try to get across just how the end of Neon Genesis Evangelion affected you.
I think I remember correctly. We had a competition where we could see how many times we could reverberate the echo of the N-word off the mountain walls to see who could do it the most.
I don't remember that, but I'm not going to gainsay what you're putting down. I mean, that might have happened. It might have happened.
I'm pretty sure it was your idea, but it's all good.
I don't have ideas. Anybody who says I do. I am lugging it says, yeah, keep drinking those estrogenic beers, hoppy poo. They're all that way. All beers are that way. That's
all beers are estrogenic.
Yeah. Unless you drink a cider. In that case, you're a woman.
I just have so much testosterone raging through my system that I need an agent to counteract it so that I can stay relatively normal.
Yeah.
It's just fermented apple juice.
Yeah.
That's all that's all cider is. I like apple juice. What's wrong with that?
Just leave it.
If I get to get drunk at the same time as drinking apple juice, that's just a bonus.
Yeah, that's true. It gives me heartburn, dude. Like bad. Like one.
Now you're starting to sound like an Unc. Now you're starting to sound like an Unc.
Oh no, it's stolen valor. Stolen valor.
Luke Nukem sticker. That's a sticker. Was a cat. Cats are the dopest. I have 6. Fuck yeah, bro.
6? Yeah. 6 cats?
Cats are naturally occurring. They just accumulate if you don't do anything to stop them.
It's very true.
It's like ants. Once you see one, you know there's more coming.
Mick Rhombus, what are we feeling in 2026? SIG Romeo 4T Pro and Juliet 4X magnifier, ACOG TAO2 with RMR, PA PLX 128 FFP with pistol dot, or EOTech Voodoo 4-12 with E-Flex. My God, man. Those are all great choices, except the E-Flex.
Yeah, what's with the E-Flex?
Yeah, E-Flex is a little bit jank. If you can get the E-Flex enclosed, I can almost guarantee, I haven't got my hands on one yet. As far as I know, they're still backordered to infinity, but my suspicion with the E-Flex enclosed is that it's going to be kind of like the original E-Flex was versus the Bushnell 2 RXS 250. It'll be a Vortex enclosed. It's obviously a Vortex enclosed badge engineered for EOTech, but EOTech is going to do a better job of like fine tuning the night vision settings. So whereas the Vortex enclosed don't get dim enough for night vision, I'm sure the E-Flex enclosed will. The glass clarity is going to be slightly better. Cool. So get if you want the Voodoo 4 to 12, get it without the red dot, wait for the enclosed to become available, and then add that. The classic E-Flex is not a great idea. But yeah, I don't know. All of these are great choices. You have to answer the question of what you're trying to accomplish before you pick your optics package.
Because, he's feeling. It's all about feeling. It's feeling. That's all it is.
I guess. Because these are all awesome setups. Like, yeah, I would love to have. I want one rifle with every single one of these things on there. Like, I love it. All of these things are awesome.
Each side of the quad rail has a different optic setup.
Yeah, exactly. You just keep rotating, like, depending on your shooting position, and that's a good reason not to have a vert grip because the gun might be upside down.
Yeah. What then? Then
that'd be a good use for that Staker Precision offset ACOG mount upside down.
God. Can't even get into that whole thing. People keep trying to sell me on the offset prism.
What?
Long story. Chromosome Horde says, question for OG. Why are you so cute? Heart, smiley, happy face. That's a good question.
I don't know. I'm not really that cute, but
he's just got like a nice face. He's got an approachable face.
Very people tell me I look like. People say I look like Billy Butcher from The Boys. Weirdly enough,
I can see it a little bit.
I've heard that like a lot, and I'm like, first of all, I've never even seen The Boys, but
I haven't either, so I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I guess not.
It's a pretty bad show.
It's bad. Good to know. That might be the first honest answer.
It's one of those shows that like fell off so hard that there's an entire industrial complex that just built up to critique the later seasons, like Game of Thrones season 8 or whatever the fuck it was, launched a whole bunch of YouTube careers. Same thing with The Boys. Like The Boys got so bad so fast that a whole bunch of people made a living by complaining about it. It's magnificent.
I need to make a YouTube channel like that just like piggybacks off of like shows. Dude, that's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying, dude. That's
why are we trying so hard when all we have to do is pay $12 a month for a Disney Plus subscription and then bitch about all the Star Wars shows? Like that could be a job. That's a full-time job. And we're doing this shit.
I'm gonna grab a drink.
Good.
My man. Yeah.
Madden Williams says, hey guys, you ever heard of V7? Yes, I kind of want to get one of their Inconel gas tubes and see if the Golden Web boys can burn one down. Is it V7? I think it's V7. Titanium BCG that looks interesting. Their barrels and uppers look promising. Thoughts?
Titanium BCG, wouldn't that fuck with the tuning? Like you'd have to pair it up with a proper buffer setup to get the timing right?
I mean, yeah, ultralight BCGs have been a bit of a thing for a while. Where if you tune the gas right and you have an ultralight BCG, I fucked with one of those things, the rifle speed, lightweight BCG. Rifle speed, turn the gas way down, and then you end up with this thing that has like no reciprocating mass. It shoots extremely flat.
Yeah,
the kind of stuff that I think like is absolutely, if you're going to be min-maxing a gun for competition shooting, makes a lot of sense. The reason that I just kind of didn't care about it long term is that like an aluminum or an ultralight BCG, maybe not titanium, maybe titanium is better, but like an ultralight BCG, the lifespan of the BCG is like lower than that of the gas rings on a regular BCG. Really? Whereas like if you've got a classic steel, it's like 8620 or something like BC or Bolt Carrier. I mean, that thing is just never going to break. It just won't. Like I've got an ancient one that's probably got like 40,000 rounds on it through a whole bunch of builds. The bolt may crack, the gas rings may go out, the gas key may need to be retorqued or whatever, but the just the massive steel at the back will last forever. Whereas the ultra ones probably will not last. So yeah, I don't know. If you want to make every once in a while, like, yeah, I've had that kind of impulse. Like I shoot a match and I'm like, if I wanted to make this my whole thing, here's what I would do to my rifle. I would go crazy with it. I would make the most amazing like race car rifle to shoot this match.
Yeah.
If I really, really wanted to focus on that.
But it's not practical.
But it's not that practical. Yeah. It's fun though. I don't know. Yeah. V7. I think V7 has a niche, and it's not really what we do. Omni Byron, give me a big hot smooch, all of y'all unexpectedly. OGXOXO. Hugs.
I love you. Oh my God. I'm dying. Shout out on me. Yeah.
Sam Toaster, hot take. There's no reason to buy EOTech in the current market between quality control and more affordable red dots. You're just buying for vibes now.
It's true. It's so fucking true. And
there's,
I'm tired.
There's no reason to do
unless
anything
you have
anymore
a dedicated night vision
What
gun.
the fuck are you talking about, dude?
EOTech is so fucking overrated, dude.
It is like really 90% true. The problem is that if you really, really give a shit about passive aiming,
that's what I'm saying. For night vision, it's unbeatable.
It's unbeatable.
But it's
although
very
Metro
good
Light
at
True Vision, very close second. I think that's probably a close second experience for me because it's got enough granularity in the night vision settings and it's a clear.
Yeah. Mepro True Vision, the new version of the Vortex Huey UH1, they seem to be a lot better than they were at launch. But
the glass is better for sure.
I mean, EOTech, it's still a thing. But again, it's slicing, it's just like little bit slices of the pie where you're like, I want to have 5% better night vision passive aiming performance. Therefore, I'm going to accept a larger optic that costs more with worse battery life. It's a trade-off. But then again, there's also, I mean, like if you're really into magnifiers, nothing magnifies better than an EOTech. So if you really, really want to like go for fucking broke on red dot magnifier combo, then EOTech is it's still good. But again, it's that much better. Is that worth all of the downsides being cost, weight, battery life? Your call. And when the nitrogen falls out, when the glass delaminates.
When you live in a temperate zone like 99% of America and it gets wet, God help you.
EOTech does have a pretty good warranty. Even if you got a really, you may need it. You're not going to need it like you will with like Vortex. Like every Vortex has got to go back for warranty. Some EOTech's got to go back.
Yeah. So homeboy was asking he's like, oh yeah, get the fucking the EOTech 3-9 and then just trade out the fucking whatever it's called,
the E-Flex on top.
The E-Flex. Yeah, he's like, just trade the E-Flex for a fucking Defender. I'm like, that is wholly horrible advice, but I see where you're going.
You're trading an okay red dot for a what? I don't know. Ooh, rough. On the EOTech subject, Breakfast Paladin, have you tried out the new 4-12 yet? Yes. Brassfax picked up one. He put it on his Sol GW Mark 1. It's the reticle is the main improvement. I think I would rather have the 3-9 with the new reticle because I think the 4-12 is basically it's writing checks that the glass can't cache. It's a 4-12 in that footprint.
What's the objective size?
Instead of 32 mils, 36 mil. So technically, at every equivalent magnification range, your exit pupil is larger. So the eye box will be better if you crank it all the way up to 12. Exit people will suffer, but that's the problem. I think it's like you want to go to that 12. Well, the glass quality is not there at 12. The exit people is not there at 12. So you're thinking like this is a competitor to any other 12x optic. No, it is not. It is not the same as. It's not even going to be as nice as most 2-10s. They're trying to put too much shit into a really constrained body. So I think. Yeah. I know people don't like second focal plane, but I think if you get the 3-9 with that reticle, the MR5 Mil Red Christmas tree, I think that's the version that they should have launched at the start. And if they had, then nobody would have ever complained. Like there would have been nothing to say about it. Even like, holy hell, this thing is light, it's compact, it's short, it's got good glass quality, and it's got a sick ass reticle. That would have been awesome. The fact that they like waited until the 4-12 to come out with the new reticle is just bizarre. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, first focal plane is so overrated.
If you got a 2-12, you realistically have a 2-10 in practical application.
Yeah,
you know
I've seen that a lot of times.
LPVOs and MPVOs, like the way that they just like maximize the magnification to try and squeeze as much as you can out of it. It's like by the time you get to that max setting, it's
awful.
The parallax is so tight. The fucking eye box is so tight that it's just like, all right, this sucks. This is just fucking borderline unusable in any sort of like unconventional shooting position.
Yeah, same thing I've seen with like the Turchicon Credo 2-10, and to some extent, not quite as much because it's a way more expensive scope, but the Leupold Mark 5 HD 2-10.
I love that.
They're sick as hell up to 8. And when you put them to 10, they're kind of shitty. So basically, yeah, you've paid for a 2 to 8.
That's asking for a lot out of an optic that size, though. Like already, it's just like what I was talking to you about the other day with the AMG 1 to 10. I have you're stretching the capability of an optic that size so far.
It turns into a monocle for viewing purposes at the max setting.
Yeah. I mean, you need a really stable shooting. Yeah, not at 10 on 10 power. Not with that thing. It's way too small and unforgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Chromosome Hoarder, is Ludwig going to make an appearance? No, we hate that guy.
No, he's terrible. Fuck that
I'm
guy.
Still pretty sure that he gave me.
He won't even sing the sea shanties with us.
He doesn't know the sea shanties, and I'm pretty sure that he gave me a used Zin pouch and told me it was a.
Oh yeah, that's right.
God.
That's right.
I'm still not convinced that was a fresh one because it had, first of all, no effect on me, and it didn't have any flavor left. So I'm pretty sure
nothing ever has an effect on you, huh?
That's so tough.
I do weigh a lot. I don't know. I'm still, I'm suspicious that was not a fresh Zin. I think that was a day-old Zin that it had time to dry out in the pouch.
He's like, just rejuice it, bro. It's got some life in it.
Just try to salivate really hard on it. It'll be fine.
Do you like MREs? Rehydrate this bitch.
Oh, God. OG off-brand tonight. Where is the 4 Loco?
You act like I fucking drink those like for fun. I really fucking don't. All right.
Not post 2010. What's the point? Or 2014, whenever the FDA
when they took the caffeine out of it.
Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah. If there's no chance of dying, I don't want it.
Zanico, what's good about this optic? Colt Red Dot. Well,
the logo. I sent you a picture.
There's a cool logo.
Handsome horse logo. Other than that, it's acro footprint. So no, thank you, sir. Why would I ever own anything with the acro footprint?
Someone has to be OEMing that for them. It looks like a Swamp Fox optic or something.
There's no way that they went from never having made an optic. Well, I guess I know never having made an optic because the old school Colt optics were just made in Japan. By the same Japanese company that made Nikon and everything else. So yeah, Colt's been around for 100+ years, never made an optic, and then yesterday they're like, here we go, 6 optics. Okay, clearly they didn't just create them from whole cloth. So, okay, yes, it's probably mostly white labeled OEM stuff that's assembled to the legal, the legal requirement in America. Not that exciting, but also probably not bad. There's probably nothing really wrong with them.
I mean, they looked pretty good to me, but I only had like
the
all 10 minutes with them. The logo, if you're
into that sort of stuff.
All you equestrians
not
out
that I
there
am.
That's all we're
not
doing.
Not that
anyway,
any of us
here
here
for looks. It's all about sex appeal.
Everyone in this, I agree.
Halsey says everyone in this chat is deranged and should be institutionalized. Correct.
Why do you think there's all this padding in my office?
Exactly. He's gonna bounce off the walls.
He's in a rubber room,
like Wacko from. Yeah. Todd in Florida. GTA 6 better than pooping in the shower or no?
Nothing beats pooping in the shower.
GTA
Next
5,
question.
yeah, exactly. Very freeing. Also, GTA 5 sucked. So is GTA 6 going to be better? Probably not. Black Flag. Buzz Top is my favorite gun tuber aside from Nut and Fancy. Nut and Fancy never had a drink in his life, and that's why he stayed so consistent. I've had nothing but a drink in my life. Therefore, I'm a little bit off the walls.
Consistency is not a word you'll hear very often here.
Spec says, Hop, when are you going to review the Lee Enfield number 4? I probably got in my entire life, I probably got 10 rounds through a Lee Enfield. I used to be more into milsurp. I wanted to be into milsurp, but by the time that I was of the correct age and I had money to buy guns, milsurp was over.
I need to bully Calvin from Firepower United into doing milsurp overviews like Alex C used to, because he's got so much old shit just sitting around that I know he shoots. He just doesn't do anything on the internet with them.
It's over.
Untapped market, man. Untapped market.
I know.
The golden age is behind us, I think.
Yeah.
Boberson. Army tanker here. No, everybody shoots a 300-meter normal qual, whole battalion at once. 1,300-meter or one 300-meter target. Ranges are pre-built.
Again,
no changing. What the fuck are you saying?
Combat MOS.
Tanked?
I'm saying non-combat MOSs don't do that. Cooks don't do that. S-shop clerks don't do that. I seen it. All right. I seen it.
And I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. So I'll defer to OG on this one.
You just have to take my word for it. Combat MOS, you know, like you're probably at a duty station like fucking Fort Benning or something like that, or where like they are a fucking light infantry or a mechanized infantry fucking duty station and they have access to those sorts of ranges and whatnot. But I mean, you go to somewhere where it's like fucking Fort Bumfuck nowhere, and it's like their range is like a fucking ditch, basically. Like all they have is fucking 25 yards to work with, or that's all they care to fucking do because they're just checking the box in terms of fucking quote unquote soldier readiness. You know what I'm saying? They have to maintain soldier readiness, which includes maintaining qualifications for rifle marksmanship. So they're going to do the stupid fucking, you could literally buy the targets online. Like they're fucking, it's just 25 to 300 and it's just the reduced size targets.
That's what they put on the Appleseed targets. You can order those for free, I think. They're just like, please shoot Appleseed.
Someone, please. Yeah.
Please. We have to give you a 2-hour lecture about the Revolutionary War before you can go hit the range.
Bro.
Mr. Big Suit David Burns says, Luke, small black Chevy P-51 video win.
He's talking about he's talking about a Scale Wings P-51. Like it has a small black Chevy that you put inside it. So it's like a kit plane that looks like a P-51D Mustang. I don't know. Send me some fucking money and I'll build one.
Cool. Yeah,
it sounds like a great way
really
to die.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I'd love to. That'd be great. I do need to get back into flying, but it's expensive.
You know, Luke is always looking for novel ways to die.
That's correct.
Mystery Monk official, the lieutenant of a 3-man rapid tactical force team in one of the nation's largest indoor retail shopping centers. My job is to defend and protect the lives of the many shoppers who currently visit this center.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Make sure that you duct tape a trauma plate over your heart, front and back, because you may be engaged from the back when you're moving from your car into the inside.
Pre-stage your tourniquet.
Yep.
On the stock of your rifle.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
no, on your arm, like they're doing in Ukraine.
Oh yeah.
Have it snug but not tight, and then you just
yeah,
and then hit up special weapons and see what kind of like custom MP5s they can make for you.
Yeah, there you go.
You're doing the Lord's work, sir. Appreciate you.
That guy must be on the Shadow Force.
Absolutely. Toxic Gamer says, with the amount of low back pressure cans that are out, is it still worth it to purchase a traditional baffle can for the sake of money saving or get a low back pressure can?
Bolt guns.
Traditional cans do a lot of other stuff great that low back pressure cans, man, my Asian is really coming out tonight. Back pressure cans. So no, I think low back pressure cans like do what they say, right? They're the whole idea is to get the gas away from the face, but you're wasting some of that potential to capture the gases and the sound that comes out of the end of the end cap by doing that. So you're not getting as good of suppression in a lot of cases as you would from like a normal, like say like an RC2, like an old RC2, super durable, 1 million rounds per minute, whatever. I mean, still $1,000, but like it's indestructible, right?
It's one's tough.
They're fucking terrible.
Yeah,
I fucking hate the RC2. Can't stand it. It's fucking awful. It's heavy. The back pressure is
it's heavy
awful.
as fuck. It's an anvil, dude.
I hate it. Like I fucking did a build drill with it, and I thought I was gonna fucking keel over and die. Legitimately, like
gassed you out.
Yeah, like fucking. I talk about it with the collab I just did with Range Day Bro on his video. Fucking, I was like, we were comparing the URGI to the DDM4, the Riz upper, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't necessarily. We came to the conclusion, we're like, yeah, this isn't really a comparison of uppers as they're both really good. It's more so just slander on the RC2 because the fucking flow through can that he had on the DDM4 was just like made it 99% better to shoot.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, that's the whole point of like the low back pressure cans, right? Is to mitigate that one specific issue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
therefore
it's a
baffle
case.
cans
It's a
on
case
gas
of
guns
like
is stupid. It's fucking pointless anymore, in my
no.
opinion.
I think it's perfectly fine. I think the low back pressure thing is like again, it's good, but I think it's way overblown how important it is because I think a lot of low back pressure cans or whatever aren't doing as much as most people think they are.
So yeah, I'm trying out a small handful of reduced back pressure suppressors. I don't think most of them reach the level of being low back pressure. So to me, the Hux 556K Flow and maybe the Velos, Psycho Velos, are true low back pressure suppressors. In the sense
I'd
that
agree.
they require no tuning to the gun and they do not gas you out at all. But then there's a massive segment of the middle of the market which are reduced back pressure, but they're still quite expensive. And in my opinion, they still gas you out and they require weapons tuning. So I've got a Wolfpack Romulus, I've got an Exigent Defense Fire Team, and I just recently got one of the Infinity 556Ks from Otter Creek. And so far, my experience has been that all of these semi-low back pressure suppressors are not low back pressure. They gas you out. They affect the firearm. They require tuning. So what you're doing is you're doubling the cost of the suppressor, and you still have to tune them. And the difference between a host that's been tuned for a Polo K, which is an incredibly high back pressure suppressor, and a host that has been tuned for one of these modern reduced back pressure cans, not that much. They both require tuning. Once you've added the ability to tune the gun, adjustable gas block, adjustable BCG, whatever, once you've made it possible to tune the gun, then the difference between these full back pressure and reduced back pressure cans is like 1 or 2 clicks on your system. So it's kind of like, what are we actually getting here? A lot of these things are way more expensive. They're a lot heavier, so we get slightly better flash suppression and slightly reduced back pressure, meaning that the gun doesn't cycle as hard. I don't know. I'm not convinced yet. I still really like the two extremes of the suppressor market. Dirt cheap Polo K on one side, expensive Hux 556K Flow on the other side. Those are the two extremes that make sense to me. One of them is cheap and silent and requires a lot of tuning. The other one is completely turnkey. Put it on any gun ever, and it just makes it better. A 556K Flow just makes every gun better, but it costs a lot. I don't know.
Buy ones, try ones.
More research required, I guess. Yeah, we're still working on it. Mitzvot TV, y'all need to try Dankst Mjod Viking Blood. Sounds like a mead.
Yeah.
I'm not against mead. I'm not anti-mead. I'll drink mead.
Mead is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I do prefer mead over the average cider.
Mead is like, what if wine had sugar in it?
Which it already does. Red wine does.
More so, yeah. Tossed dwarf, your favorite technique for making grilled cheese.
Asking my wife to do it for me.
Damn.
Wait
butter
until
in the
she
pan,
makes one.
put the bread in, flip it over with more butter in the pan, put the cheese on. I mean, you gotta have butter on both sides of the bread.
Butter on both sides of the bread. Absolutely motherfucking hot cast iron pan. Sear on both sides, turn off the heat, and then just keep rotating it until the cheese is melted, and then it's soft in the middle.
Go with Luke's thing, because Luke can fucking cook.
Here's a question for you guys. This was a new thing for me. Totally gun related, by the way. Do you guys refrigerate your butter or do you leave it out?
I go back and forth depending on what time of the year it is.
Okay. Interesting.
I do refrigerate now. When I was a kid, we never used to refrigerate our butter.
Don't really have to.
Yeah. I mean, it's
if
salted
it's good butter. You shouldn't have
my
to.
understanding is
like,
that, it's salted versus unsalted, right?
I have a watertight, like an airtight it's like a bowl of water. It's like a butter dish, but it's like a bowl of water, and you keep the butter upside down inside of another crucible. So when you stick it into the water, it's airtight, but it's still room temperature.
What the hell?
I thought
NASA butter storage.
cover the butter in the cabinet. It's salted butter. It should be okay.
It'll be
so
fine.
Fish is like yelling at me. It's called a butter bell. He's a legitimate chef. It's called a butter bell. So you're able to store butter at room temperature, but it's still airtight.
I would absolutely defer to Fish on every topic.
Yeah, he's the
even
expert,
remotely culinary
chef.
related.
Yeah.
I do remember, this was a weird historical bullshit. I can't remember where they got this from. There was something in the early Americas called the Butter Riots, I believe. Where it was like a bunch of students were at a university, like early Americans were at an early American university. It may have been like one of the, Ivy League schools, the original schools. And they like all the butter in the commissary, whatever, wherever they got their food in the university was like, it was going bad. And there's a phrase that came from the Butter Riots, which is like, our butter stinketh, give us butter that stinketh not. I was like, what on earth is this fucking first world problem bullshit
they're so
1700s?
Yeah, no, it's not first world problems. I think the thing is we should be like looking to our forefathers on things to write about, because we're not angry enough now about stuff that we complain about all the time.
Talking about
use that as the threshold.
Interesting history. You guys familiar with the Whiskey Rebellion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, that was like some eye-opening shit, talking about like the American government wasted no time fucking going after its own people, which, I mean, I kind of get it. I kind of understand, because it's just like, oh shit, we got to build a country now. We kind of have to have some taxes, but it's like, don't you think it's kind of a fresh wound to kind of be like, hey, we got to build the country. I understand that we just claimed independence because of unfair taxation. So we need some fucking unfair taxation.
We need some money.
Country. and
what did I just say?
Yeah, right. Literally. And so, literally, for those of you that don't know, the American government, the first presidency, fucking old George Washington, fucking had a revolt against him over it wasn't even a stamp tax on everything. It was just whiskey, which was America's biggest fucking basically production product at the time. And it was like a 2% tax on whiskey alone, and people were just like, absolutely the fuck not. And there was an open rebellion against it, and the United States Army of the time, which was just recently brought up, mobilized, and fucking absolutely nay-nayed the same people that fought for the independence of the country and won.
You know what I hate? Taxes on me. You know what I don't give a fuck about? Taxes on other people.
Yeah.
Here we go. We have a subject matter expert. Halsey says, fallopian tubes are free-floated. Eggs legitimately fall out of the ovaries into the tubes. That's
They're Bluetooth.
awesome.
You would know because Halsey's a woman.
They're Bluetooth connected.
He's a woman respecter at the very least, I think.
Yeah, he is. Halsey's probably the most respectful man
lady.
I know. Yeah.
Tip of the fedora.
I got unrelated to literally anything going on in the chat or the stream. OG, what's up with your hat?
What about it?
Why is it like that?
But
why
is it
like that?
Why is it flat? Like a flat bill?
Yeah, why is it flat? It's not supposed to be, is it?
It came that way. Yeah.
No, but like, I mean, they come that way, but then you're supposed to curve them down?
No.
Really?
I don't know. It fits on my head just fine.
Hi.
Seems so.
Uh-oh.
It fits okay, so.
Well, there goes the neighborhood.
Yep. It really does.
So we got our boy Coppertone here, which is my my cue to go freshen up on this and take a leak while you guys just talk amongst yourselves. But
Oh yeah.
Jeb, welcome.
Hi.
Mr. Coppertone, pleasure to have you here.
Yeah.
Oh man. How you been, man?
Oh, just getting ready for school and stuff like that.
School, you're a Fed now, right?
Not yet.
You're becoming a
In
Fed. You're
training.
Fed in training.
Something like that. Something along those lines.
We're gonna dox you today. We're gonna dox you
no.
right now.
Where do you live?
In the United States of America.
What's your mother's maiden name? What's
That's all
the name of your favorite childhood pet?
That's all the information I
my
needed.
first cat was
Assassins have been
Blue.
deployed.
So like explain something for me. So is Murray State College still a thing? Is the gunsmithing program there still a thing now? Because I
Yes.
feel like it was the greatest betrayal of the school to like let
Yes,
me
I
do
know.
that interview with you guys at the show and then pull the rug out from the program like that.
Dude. And like they said nothing about any of it. Like it's like, oh, hey, the program head's gone. And then like a week later, I'm talking to one of my buddies that just graduated, and he's like, "Oh yeah, they fired. Well, not they didn't fire. 3 out of 4 instructors quit, and the 4th instructor's made the program head since he was still there, and they didn't have anybody else. So it's been a great time.
So what's the plan in the meantime? Like, is there another school in the area that you can attend, or what's the deal there?
No, they're hiring on new people, and from what I understand, they're supposed to be pretty good, but they lost probably over 100 years of combined experience in 1 week. So
yeah, that's devastating for a gunsmithing program. Like,
yeah,
that's not knowledge that just comes like out of a book or like from like a DVD set or whatever people are using these days.
well,
I just showed my age, but like
and
a
all
set
like,
of like videos you could watch.
it's that and all the handmade tools too.
Yeah,
Like because program head, he had all those tools that he had made for like shotgun smithing and building double rifles and safari rifles. And he's like, "Well, I don't work here anymore, so all of my shit's coming back home with
fuck
me."
y'all.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm gonna go
make...
start my own gunsmithing program with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah. Well, he's like, "Well, I'll just go back home and make 10 rifles a year and sell them for 50,000 a pop."
I think we're gonna see the gun industry go back to that a little bit, because I think a lot of people have this big distaste for these, like for all the slop, for lack of a better term, that we're getting right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like,
no need to
at
do
least
that
the
whatsoever.
higher end stuff is it's always going to be there because you see it with Europe. The higher end stuff is all that's around out there, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do not.
Yeah, I think everyone's just tired of garbage. So like you're gonna see a lot of the cheap shit go away, and all these guys who do have who know ball about how to make some of that more expensive high end shit. I think that's where the market's gonna shift back to for a little while. It's all in cycles, right?
I hope only $50,000 custom guns don't make an
Hop's dying
a
over here.
return.
I thought of something.
Oh God, what?
I've been watching all these videos on Instagram from the guy Professor Sendy, where he does word combos.
Oh no!
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Gynobology. Non-chilash out. I got a serious brain problem.
You have some serious brain rot problems.
Yeah.
Well, it's all the reels that you get.
It's true.
Peak cinema analysis enemas. Oh, I'll try to keep it to myself though if I can. Anyway, let's continue. TM1182 says you aren't beating the horse allegations. I resent the accusation, frankly.
Top, you're like 11 hands tall.
Damn.
Big suit David Bird. Now I'm broke.
There we go.
The facts fear
the last of
its
privateers. Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. Great song. Great campfire song. You don't need instruments, just need voices. At Bass with an epic seal profile picture. Speaking of cult anime courses, where is the Uma Musume game?
All right.
I don't do gambling, and that seems like gambling to me. If it was a normal game like Desert Golf or Angry Birds, maybe I would try it, but it seems like gambling, and I think gambling is a sin, so I won't do it.
Is this what John was playing the other day on his stream?
Yes.
Or like, I guess the other month, I don't know how long ago. So what is that, like a gotcha game or like what?
I think so. I think it's
in a
gambling.
way. It's not gambling so much as it is like competition. You have a horse.
Is it a 10?
Yeah.
Is it a 10-cent product?
Almost
no
certain.
fucking
I think
clue.
it's one of those things where you pay money to potentially draw a good thing, and then most of the time you don't. I'm pretty sure it's gambling, and I don't like gambling.
What's the point? Is it just to accumulate
Horse
intangible
women.
items, or is there?
Do you remember, Luke, back in the old school days of like Flash animations and Flash games and stuff? There were those games where you would sign up and like you and your buddies, like it was an asynchronous game where you would do like raids on other players, and when they logged back in, it was like, here's the results of all the raids that you get. There was a ton of those. It's the kind of the same thing, I think. It's like it's kind of gambling. I don't know, man. I don't think I approve of it.
It's all gambling. It's just gambling all the way down.
There's not a whole lot left in society anymore. We've got gambling, we've got nicotine products, and
is this going to make a case for or against Ted Kaczynski's manifesto?
Well, I think that Ted Kaczynski didn't go far enough. He says industrial revolution. I'm pretty sure it was actually agricultural revolution that really set us down the dark path. So
the domestication of livestock.
Yeah.
I'm a bit Varg Vikernes pilled on this subject. I believe that the agricultural revolution was the big mistake, and that the industrial revolution was just another stepping stone.
Well, what is it we were talking about on the way back from Tennessee? The consciousness might actually be a cosmic mistake.
Might have been, yeah, a little bit.
Like hallucinating reality is basically what led to civilization or something like that. I don't know.
Oh no, that was the concept of every prehistoric human being schizophrenic.
Yeah, there we go.
Because
that's what it was.
the left right split of your brains meant that every single person was following the instructions of what they perceived to be an outside godly voice, meaning it was just the other side of their brain, the logical side of their brain telling them what to do, and they felt like it was coming from an outside source. And then human beings evolved to actually merge the two sides of their brain, and they became modern rational human beings. That is one of my favorite conspiracy theories, and I've got quite a few.
Well, it's great that it's a theory because the actual thing was we're descended from Yakub, his test tube subjects.
Yakubian.
Yeah.
Moving on before we all get drone striked. Shining Omega says, I just signed up for my first competition, a 7-mile run and gun biathlon in October. What do y'all find people ignore most when preparing for such things?
Good clothing.
Damn, son.
Good clothing. I've run a couple of marathons. I've run a lot of 5Ks and half marathons. Get good non-chafing clothing.
Well, I did a run and gun back in May, and it was like 100 degrees outside. It was only like 3.5 miles, but the issue was people were either really good at one thing or the other. So they were either really good at being fast running, or they're good at shooting and they just sucked on the run, or if they were great on the run, they sucked on the shooting. That was kind of what I saw.
That's how I got second place at the fucking tactical games competition, was that I was just better at shooting than everybody else before me, but the guy who got first place was just really fucking fast at running. So he was a good shot too, don't get me wrong.
This solidifies my assumption that tactical games is just CrossFit with some shooting involved.
It is. There's just some shooting involved.
You can't convince me that's fun. That I would not enjoy that.
I honestly I had a great time because my buddies were there. Would I ever go again on my own? Absolutely the fuck not.
No.
So Luke, you can do Fish Brutality, where they like one of the challenges between stages was just dig a whole ass trench.
Yeah, except for my e-tool broke, and they're like, "Well, that fucking sucks." They're like, "Well, it sucks."
You got fingernails, right, kid?
Yeah, they're like, just like
get in there.
With it. So I think in the background of like
Spoon,
Culinary Tacticals video, you can see me. It looks like I'm just punching the ground, and there's a decent size like hole in the ground because I have like the
Minecraft maxing.
Yeah, I had the tip of an e-tool, and I was just punching the ground. But yeah, no, stuff like that's fun, but like I have to have like some. There has to be an incentive that, like you mentioned, like doing it with my buddies. That's way more fun.
Yeah, my entire goal for my run and gun that I did was I wanted to pass one person on the run, and I did end up doing that. So I won, even though I didn't score that high in the actual competition.
That's a good mental health sort of place to be in terms of competition and stuff, because people get so fucking butthurt. People have very have soft egos that, you know, get involved in competitions for the first time because they're just like, you know, our fucking Instagram brains have told us that we need immediate gratification. If we're not instantly good at something, then it's not really worth pursuing. But like, if you can fucking get past that hurdle in terms of any competition, regardless of whatever it looks like, fucking, it's actually a lot of fun if, you know, you just aren't trying to go for first every single fucking time, because if you're just getting started, especially, it's just not going to happen, dog. Like,
yeah, if I'm not perfect at it, I'm just going to clear my sinuses with my Auto 5.
That's probably idea. The best approach to competition shooting is don't change anything about the way you have your stuff set up or the way that you shoot.
Keep it.
Just use it as I think that's what I like about competition shooting is it's I can take all the stuff that I've got and I can run it through its paces, or like
it's a good test environment.
It's like
that's what I use them for.
Yep. How often am I motivated to like shoot 400 rounds through a gun that I'm reviewing in one day in some scenarios that I'm not normally shooting in? It's like, that's awesome. That's great. Like, I would never have thought to do this specific type of shooting on my own, but somebody came up with it for me, presented the challenge to me, and now I can try it out with this gun. And yeah, it just helps to me to test out, to shake out the equipment that you've got, the way that your gear is set up, and also just your general shooting skills. Like, that's the important thing. Now, if you decide like, holy shit, this is my jam, this is what I love, then that's when you start getting into like, all right, I got to set up a gun for this. I got to set up a belt kit for this specifically. Yeah. But yeah,
I run the worst setup ever for my rifle matches that I do. It's this Block 2 clone-ish thing behind me.
Oh, is it a mystery?
Yeah, it's a quad rail RC2 ACOG. So just the entire, I guess, most hated thing for you guys.
Oh my goodness, Hannah, quit. Scary nightmare boom boom night. Right before fucking 4th of July, my dog's going crazy. It's okay, baby. Come here.
Everybody who bought their fireworks is like, gosh, I could set these off in 4 days, but
Hannah,
I could also set them off right now.
Yeah, but what if I do it right?
Hundreds of more dollars to shoot more.
And then I can go back to the store tomorrow and buy more fireworks. Yeah. All right. So dumb. Wood, as soon as wood. Woes? I don't know.
I'm gonna go get another beer.
I'll be right back. Oh, hell yeah, brother. Hawk, lay down, you got a Thief Gold trapezoid on that shelf back there. Do I?
Awesome game, by the way. Thief is a fucking baller game. I think that I got the demo for that game with my Sound Blaster Live I bought like in 2000 no, that had been 98.
Yeah, I don't think I have those. All the trapezoids, so Tomb Raider and Thief. So it would have been all the what's that studio? It's not Ironstorm. It's who did all those trapezoid boxes? Thief and all those.
Quake
OG's had frozen, Cartoon is gone. What the fuck company was that?
Quake had a trapezoid. Was it id?
No. It was whatever the studio was. I'm sure someone live is screaming their head off because I don't know this shit. Damn.
Looking Glass Studios.
Yes. Okay. Would have been Looking Glass Studios. So Thief, first couple Thief games had the trapezoid boxes. Tomb Raiders have the trapezoid boxes. The only trapezoid boxes that I've got are Marathon 1 and Marathon Infinity. Marathon 2, I actually have the PC box, which is a regular rectangle big box. Those are the only non-standard box shapes that I think I've got.
Do you have the Quake 10 or the Quake 2 tin? I don't know.
I didn't like Quake. I didn't like Thief that much. When the Thief demo came out, that's how fucking old I am.
Sound Blaster.
The Thief demo came out. A buddy of mine and I, we had whatever game that came with a Thief demo, and it was the first level. We played it. We're like, this is the greatest game of all time. As soon as the game came out, we bought a copy, played the first level, and it was like, oh, yes, so good. Went to the second level, and you're fucking stabbing zombies in a cave, and we're like, oh, this sucks. This is awful.
OG unplugged his router on accident. So he's
champ.
reestablishing. Yeah. What a unit.
He's waiting for the Starlink to fly back around. Anyway, yeah, no, when I was, I mean, as an older person, I can appreciate Thief for its complete package. But no, when I was a kid, I played the second level of Thief, and I was like, this is actually the worst game I've ever played. Not the best I'd ever played. So yeah, no, I never got into Thief. I didn't really like Tomb Raider that much. So,
what else was on that? Because I assume you had the same Sound Blaster live like demo set of games that I had, because that also came with StarCraft Brood War, I think.
I don't remember. There were two demo discs that had a massive impact on me. One of them would have been the Gathering of Developers disc that came with probably Oni, that had like Age of Wonders and a bunch of other GOD stuff that was fucking sick as hell. But yeah, no.
Whatever came whatever came with Half-Life Day One was like one of the most impactful demo discs I think I ever had.
Yeah, I don't know what was on there, but that was like a.
Or the Windows 95 one that had the Weezer sound music video on there. Or is that way too old?
Windows, was it Windows Essentials? What was that that Windows game compilation that included stuff like Chips Challenge,
the bumper car game,
Hover 3D,
3D. Yeah.
There was also the one, I think there were like multiple iterations of this. There was also it's like a block pushing game where you're a rat pushing cheese around and the cats are like coming for you. I don't know. It's good stuff, man. But like,
I think that might have been Windows 98 or something.
I think it was Windows 95 Essentials pack. I think there were two different game packs, and each disc came with like 5 games, and it was the good shit. Chips Challenge. My sister and I played so much Chips Challenge. I don't want to necessarily spoil all of her accounts, but for a long time in our youth, the password that she used for all of her accounts was from Chips Challenge. So I could just log into my sister's stuff because I knew what her password was based on how much she loved Chips Challenge. And that even lasted into the early days of Netflix. So I was like, I was in college. I was like, I want to watch some Netflix. I'm just going to use my sister's email and the password that I know she uses for everything. And then it would be like, welcome to Netflix. I'd be like, yes.
Based freeloading.
Yep. Well, I was incredibly poor. I am looking at it, says, someone get working on Nova Group Yowie right now. You don't have to do that. That's okay if you don't do that.
Nobody do that.
Soggy says, my barrel just got ordered for my 6-arc RPK that I'm building. Oh, fuck no, dude. Come on.
What are you doing, bro?
What optic would you recommend to use to get the most out of the 26-inch barrel? It will be mounted to a
surely a troll.
Afro-engineered dust cover. All right. This man has watched way too much Dirty Civilian.
You don't need an optic just because you're just going to die anyways. You're going to get killed in the streets.
It's an RPK, accuracy by volume. Just like
you can't afford to shoot this, so why bother? Don't put an optic on it. If you're going to put 0 rounds,
you're going to crash the entire economy by shooting the gun.
Just 3D print the OK symbol and then the middle finger iron sights.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
Or the goatsy rear and the forget about it. I've already been accused of too much today. Axefire number 582. What is everyone's favorite breakfast sandwich? I bet Luke's
steak,
got
egg, and cheese bagel.
Yes!
The steak, egg, and cheese bagel from McDonald's. It's back. It's the only thing worth getting from McDonald's.
I used to be breakfast crunch wrap from Taco Bell.
Oh, damn. Actually, never tried that, but it sounds good.
Are we talking only like common top fast food chains?
No, you can homemade is fine too.
I mean, if you're enough of a millennial, I think you could say avocado toast.
There is a fucking cafe that I go to every now and then, usually, like on Sundays or something. Fucking it's toasted sourdough, fucking salami, ham, tomato, onion, avocado, and like fucking chipotle aioli. It's so fucking good, dude. I get that shit all the time. It's fat.
That sounds like an $18 sandwich, dude.
He said the word. He said aioli.
This is why you
it's just fucking mayonnaise.
Yeah, that's why millennials.
It's got chipotle in it. It's different.
Oh, chipotle, yeah.
Chipotle mayonnaise sounds like shit. It sounds like two different things. It's combined.
Yeah, it's
Got
just
the
aioli
areolas
at that
on the
point.
sandwich.
Aioli is just mayo and something else, I think.
It's oil
Listen,
too.
you fucking asked what sandwich I like. I told you what sandwich I like.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Like if money was no object, I'm sure I'd eat that too. I'm a big fan of McGriddles. I love the way that they
McGriddles are
put
great.
You do.
they put the
you're
sauce
McGriddles
in the
boy.
bun, and then in some
So
places you
good.
can get chicken McGriddles, and you can't
Ooh.
get it everywhere. But when you can't get it, I really like a chicken.
Actually,
McGriddle.
I
Damn
almost
good
make the
breakfast
same
thing.
fucking thing for breakfast every morning. I make
I'm
6
ordering
pieces
Domino's. Y'all got me fucked up
of
right now.
sausage, 2 eggs, and then I like mix it all together and I put it in like a flour tortilla. It's just like I put it in with American cheese. You've had it before, Hop. You've had these before.
Yes,
It's just a good.
yeah.
It's just breakfast. It's regular fucking breakfast. You put hot sauce on it. It's good.
Luke makes an insane breakfast burrito. Like,
Ooh.
it's so. I mean, like you get like you go to McDonald's, you get the breakfast burritos. Those are pretty good, but they have some shortcomings. Like they're a little anemic, and like the stratification of the ingredients is kind of poor. When Luke makes one, it's sort of like, what if we did this just like at an artisanal level? They're spectacular.
Actually, I
Sculpted
think
from marble.
the best breakfast sandwich is Casey's breakfast pizza.
Yeah, I've been there.
Casey's.
I've done that. I've hit that
Is this
shit.
like a? Sounds like Midwest talk.
It's a Midwest thing.
Midwest
That you're
lore.
too PNW to understand.
Yeah. Need not be concerned.
Hey, you forget I went to college in your state too.
Oh yes, I do remember that. But still, you haven't been here for forever and a day.
Copper, fucking, do you have access to Family Express in your area? Is there fucking hot single Family Expresses in your area?
I don't think so.
Damn, dude, that's tough because they got some good. They're kind of like Casey's. They're
yeah. Then no, it's like Casey's, Allsup's. What else? Loves.
Yeah, it's like a truck stop sort of deal. Fucking Family Express is like a common name around these parts, and they have what's called the farmhouse breakfast sandwich, and it's fucking English muffin for the bread, and then it's got a hash brown in it, American cheese, sausage, and bacon, and an egg, and it's fucking it's basically fucking a giant gaggle fuck of every.
It sounds like something I get from like Rudders or like.
It's thick.
I don't know.
Oh, and then
or something like that.
R.I.P. to Come and Go.
Yo, okay.
Come and Go not a thing anymore?
No, Maverick bought him out.
The Family
Maverick's
Express
awesome.
square
I'm a
donuts
big
are
Maverick guy,
actually
so.
shit. Don't
The
be
Maverick
dismayed.
burritos are pretty good.
Moving on.
Anyway.
DJ, yeah, that was an essential commentary from all of us. DJ Mlock, 4X ACOGs are great as a secondary in the offset. This man has been paid by Staker Precision. You can just tell.
Guards, this man has lost his composure.
Yeah, take this man away.
Bailiff,
take this man out of my
his
sight.
PB.
I still don't understand.
Chamber.
You're like, the shot that's difficult to make at range, therefore I want magnification. I'm gonna make this really hard on myself by making the Mecantha rifle on the I don't know. I haven't tried it. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure you can train around
make believe.
Yeah, Luke had one of the Stakers, put his
I still have one. I still have one.
Minute.
I just haven't used it for a while. I'm looking for an excuse. Maybe that's what I should take to Fast Idaho and see if it works.
I guess.
But I don't know. I don't want to go to Fast Idaho with an ACOG.
Yeah. Does it have to happen? Does it have to? I don't know. Oh, who's this fucking faggot? We're 2 hours. We can say it. FMK.
Yes.
Fuck, Mary, kill. RDB. Tabor. Wolverine.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Mary. Wolverine.
Ooh.
Kill Tavor.
Oh, bold. My
friend.
Paul.
RDB.
I think that's the only acceptable.
That's sound, right? Yeah, that's what I.
Yeah.
I thought so. Shit.
I'll break from tradition. I'll agree. Fuck RDB because, God, it's so good, and that I don't want to be stuck with it because I know what Keltec is like. Wolverine, though, I wouldn't marry that. I wouldn't chain myself to Wolverine.
Wolverine.
I'd kill Wolverine.
you're fucking out of your mind.
Desert Tech has never quite figured out how to make a gun. This is a problem they've always had.
Yeah, they're still. That's why it's good. They're still finding themselves. You can sculpt them into the gun that you want them to be.
You can.
No, it's more about that they've always got the excuse of like, we're still working on it. You're like, you've been around for like 15 years. You should be done working on it. Like,
yeah, that's true. You also that presents a different set of problems.
Paying $2,400 for a Wolverine and then being like, well, it's okay that it's bad now because we're planning to make it good later.
Yeah.
That's not acceptable. So
you're not going to send me the good version later.
Yeah,
right.
Unless I pay another $2,400.
If you buy the Wolverine now, you will support the company so that it still exists, and you'll have the privilege of being able to buy a good Wolverine in the future. Not acceptable. So yeah, I'm killing Wolverine. I'm marrying Tavor because it's a functional gun that has been around for a long enough time that it's proven, and
it's
also
an Israeli family. That's why you're marrying into it.
Also,
for the money.
right.
Yeah, you're protected.
Family money there.
Securing the 0% interest loan.
Yeah.
What's
also,
it called? It's you're just marrying me for my
assets and breastettes.
No, my fucking wife says this shit all the time. My dowry for dowry. Remember dowry from fucking?
I do. Yeah.
Medieval.
I'm gonna get. First of all, I'm gonna get a Tavor to shoot. Second of all, I'm gonna get 100 goats to add to my herd. And
and zero interest loans, 0% interest loans.
Exactly.
Well,
cool.
I think there's something else that has to happen before you get married. You
get a 10% tip.
Yeah. Gotta have your penis mutilated.
Oh, never mind. All right. You know what? I'm gonna fuck and marry the RDB, and I'm gonna kill the other two. I don't.
Fucking, we're going 10 toes down for the RDB.
With enough torque and enough Loctite, the RDB can be a nice rifle. Let's say that.
You just got to do it yourself.
Yeah, Coppertone again. Oh my god, I'm so sick of this dude. We had some very nice ranges in Germany, and I was a huge Poggers. If you wanted me to pronounce it Pog, you would have spelled it differently. Pog. Did all the new tables for Qual.
Frog Champ.
Yeah, those off of OG's bitching about ranges earlier.
So you had an actual range?
Yes, we had to drive like 3 hours to get to it, but we still had nice ranges.
Man.
It was
Lucky
like
you.
Our the range that we went to, instead of like everything being level, it was kind of like a little trench that you had to get into, or like a little bunker. So did you ever shoot the new Qual?
The new Qual. What is the new Qual?
So standing, prone unsupported, prone supported. Yeah. So you go from standing, do all your prone stuff, and then there's a little bunker that you had to like jump into.
Yeah.
And
you're standing supported.
Yeah. So that was pretty fun.
Shooters, go ahead and take it. Watch your lane.
Stand by.
Stand by. Yeah.
And then you get flagged by some retarded mechanic.
Oof. Yeah. Didn't happen to me, but we had pigs, wild pigs that would wander onto our range, and we had to call ceasefire. Yeah.
You
very common shit.
Elderly.
Yes.
Oh.
No offense, but my God. Have you started taking your Metamucil supplements yet?
No, but I do have a CPAP.
There you
Damn.
Go. Eventually everybody gets one. Chromosome hoarder. Well, Hup, if you didn't take it out of Lud's mouth with your tongue, it probably would have been fine. This is in reference to what I personally believe was a used Zin pouch that I was handed around the fireplace. And it's possible that after a deep kiss with Lud, I was like, whoa, what's this? Oh, there's my butterscotch. Look at that.
Oh, there's my butterscotch.
Oh, there's my butterscotch. It's possible that he kissed me a Zin. I don't know. It's probably not how it happened.
He said you're out here dragging the good Lud name through the mud.
Yep. X-Fire says, behold, our butter stinketh. Give us, therefore, butter that stinketh not. Yes, this is the quote that set off the butter riots of I can't remember what year and what university, but yeah, that happened. That was a thing. That was their rallying cry, was like, our butter is expired and we cannot learn under these conditions.
So
talk about first world problems, man. Yeah, boy Clippy says, look up the Coal Wars and the Battle of Blair Mountain. All right, that sounds like
I wrote an article on
later.
The Battle of Blair Mountain. Look up the Battle of Athens. That's a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Battle of Athens, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those. It's like Paris, Nevada. You're like, oh, never mind.
Rome,
Q
Texas.
says, what's the 300K special gonna be, Hop? Well, I'm never gonna hit 300K, so why worry about that?
He's not getting over 271K.
Yeah, I think I've already figured out all the people.
That's literally all of GunTube, bro.
Yeah,
that's every person.
I have 100% audience capture. I got the whole thing. I'm done.
There's no in between. It's either you got 6 million subs or you got 271,000. There's no in between.
True. It's a
repeatable
number.
He's catering to a whole different set of people.
Yeah.
Rackham Willie says, what did you do to Bronk? Why is his hair so long? He'd already cut it. You're probably seeing videos from when his hair was long, and it was awesome. And Luke and I were both like,
yeah,
looking
he
sick as hell. And he's like, I gotta get a haircut. Yeah, he was looking really cool. He was looking very mountain man, and we were
very feral.
telling him how good he looked, and he was like, no, I gotta cut all of this. And then he did, and now he looks awful again. I don't know. He didn't listen.
Yeah, the long hair is kind of annoying.
Went full. I think he's married to the Hap a bit. Is what he really likes.
He's insisting on that, looking a certain way, and then if he looks better than that certain way, he's like, "No, it's not right."
Yeah,
I don't know. I need a haircut. I am getting really fucking shaggy, and it's making helmets annoying. It's making ear pro annoying. So
yes, it
does.
No
shit.
I don't know why, but it sucks. Like you try to put AirPods or anything in, it's just like, well, there's an earful of hair now.
You're like, how am I going to get this AirPod past the mutton shop?
Yes,
it's a pain in the ass. It's not good.
It's an entire process.
Mm-hmm. It's a life. You've committed to a lifestyle. You look like you're out of the Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford, a great film.
That's what I was going for.
Perfect.
It's like mid-century cowboy.
Yeah, end of the West, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Slippery Asp. Advice on how to build community or preparedness groups. I'd like to see GunTube shift more in this direction. Do you guys think that's possible?
Yes.
Touch grass and talk to your neighbors.
Just make friends. Don't go into it with the expectation of we're going to be a fucking militia, because that's how you get the fucking glow
baby
boys.
Steps,
yeah,
brother.
just go shoot with your friends.
Steps.
It's a good way to do it.
Make friends. Go camping. Go shooting. Go hiking. Just hang out with your boys. And then you have friends. And like, if you do too much now, you're setting yourself up for some risky experiences. Whereas you may say, like, we should prepare for the inevitable now. No, you should not. Because you prepare now, you go to jail.
Don't scare the hose away.
Just prepare the friendships now.
Advice.
Yeah.
And if you're
now, and then you can work on it later.
If you bought the house that you're living in, and you're gonna have to live next to these guys for however long, and you can't just like kill yourself in shame the first minute that you meet them.
Kill yourself in shame.
Because like, in 5 years they're gonna be like, hey, you remember that one time, right? And you're gonna be like, fuck.
Yeah.
So the thing about like trying to create preparedness groups online, it's possible, but it's going to take a whole lot of vetting. Because at some point you're going to have to put out sort of like an open enrollment thing. You can probably talk to PNW Gorilla about this kind of thing, where it's like, we invite everybody, a bunch of people show up, and then most of them either flake out or are creepy and we don't want to talk to them ever again. So it's like, you put on a public event with like 100 people, and then you winnow that down to like 10 people that don't freak you out and that you are willing to ever see again and talk to. So in general, it's just instead of trying to like cast the net really wide and then figure out who's actually worth actually spending time with and becoming friends with, instead just try to, I would say, build natural friendships. That's one of the things where actually shooting competitions is extremely important. It's like absolutely know everybody there is extremely interested in the shooting portion. you can talk to them and be like, hey, what do you do outside of this? And if they're just like, I watch every single Marvel film, and you're like,
never mind.
Okay, never mind. Forget it. Forget I said anything. Or
What are your
like,
hobbies?
I like camping and
I
like camping and
TV.
hiking and off-roading and all that stuff. And you're like, oh, that person might be something.
If you like Marvel movies, you will really enjoy my Lorson 380.
Yeah. Marvel movies, huh? Safe to say you're not allowed within 500 feet.
I got
of
a
school,
Taurus
right?
curve you'll really love.
I've got a blue sky.
Yeah, I got a Taurus TCP with a body count on it.
I've got a gold high point.
Yeah, no, I don't know. You don't want to advertise. Don't fucking go on the internet and be like, "Who wants to overthrow the government with me? Let's go camping tomorrow." Don't do that. Just find people that have similar interests, and that's where you get into communities. Whatever your weird little hobby is. It could be competition shooting, it could be like rock climbing or some shit, or hiking or whatever. Or just make some friends and do stuff with them. And it's probably a lot easier and safer to make some friends and then convince them to get guns and shoot than it is to find schizos that shoot and convince them to be friends with you.
Correct.
I don't know. I say this is I don't go outside. I haven't been outside in 4 years. I have no friends.
And he doesn't. And you have no friends.
I haven't spoken a word.
Hop has a personal golem that he sends out to film all of his videos outside. That just looks
and it just
like
hugs everything.
It's like the movie. Yeah, it's like the movie Chappie. I got a little robot that I remotely pilot or whatever, but I don't have to go outside, which is what keeps my skin safe from all the potential sun damage.
Hop has his own Evangelion that he just pilots everywhere.
He's actually hooked up to a bunch of wires and computers like Ghost in a Shell, and he's just sits like a fucking husk in his room. This is what you're seeing right now. It's just like a hologram projection.
Yeah, so Hop's basically the God Emperor of mankind from 40K.
Correct. Yeah.
People are like, how do you type 110 words per minute? It's because I do that thing from Ghost in the Shell where my fingers split into a whole bunch of sub fingers.
Yeah. Like 20.
That's how
fingers.
I type so fast. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have a degree in this shit. Okay. I'm a credentialed weeb. It's okay for me to know about anime because I have a degree in it. But when you guys know about anime, it's weird. Yeah, it's gross and weird because you're adults. You shouldn't.
I just got love for the game,
Oh my god, this guy is like biblically accurate Clippy. You seeing this?
Yeah, I like it. Be not
Reminder,
afraid.
contact your reps to vote against age and identity verification online.
Good advice.
Panel, discuss. I need a beer. Goodbye.
You should also be helping out Duke and Ashley. He still needs help too.
It's true.
We're running a raffle over on the TFB Discord. If you want to do that, you can buy a whole bunch of OG. You know this, you get a whole bunch of random swag throughout the year that you have absolutely nothing to do. You don't want it, right? But because you have too much
for
of it,
a good cause. All right.
So I just raffle it off once per year. So I figured this year it was Dugan was the best reason
the right
I found
cause
so far. Yeah, so it's it's not anything too special. It's like backpacks, hearing protection, Oakley SIs, things I get at events that I've either used once or have never used, and then I just need to get rid of. So.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing another run of the merch stuff. There was the whole run of shirts and hoodies and stuff. I got a hoodie and gave it to a buddy of mine who's much more into vintage Carnicon than I am. And yeah, there's the fundraiser I think is still going. I believe the shirt thing is closed now, but if another one comes up, we'll let you know. But yeah, Luke's running the raffle thing. It's just a fun way to we get so much bullshit swag from these events, and it's hey, do you want a Smith and Wesson backpack? And you're like, not really, but there's probably somebody out there.
It's funny because I always tell the people giving me this stuff I'm not going to use this, and they're like, we'll just keep it. And it's well, okay, I'll at least raffle it off at the end of the year.
Perhaps you didn't hear me.
That or I leave a shit ton of stickers with you guys.
That I did take a couple. Some of those stickers I did use. There's a couple stickers and patches I can use now because patches just go on the headliner, and the stickers go on coolers now. What's that one? Oh, is that Tim Allen?
Yeah.
That's raw.
Says fuck the feds.
Magnifique. So I've been like, for years, I've been collecting stickers with this idea of like, someday I'm going to have like a real pro, like podcaster studio with like my gun safes in the background. I'm going to want to put stickers all over those.
Yeah,
gun
yeah.
safes,
Mab
whatever.
stickers. Buy these. These are great. Mab stickers. Mabsart.com.
I don't want to show my stickers.
Sneezing your brains out.
Yeah, Fish is gonna throw a bunch of T-shirts in the raffle too, is what he said.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff in the raffle, and plus it's for someone that like. I always say this, and like I don't like to say it as like a guilt trip, but I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Duke and Ashley or for Jordan, because man, like back in was it 2011, 2010? That's all that's all that my only tie to like other people that I thought had shot, like, you know, who shot guns, because I just moved. I didn't like really have any friends where I'd lived or where I was living, so it was kind of just cool to see other people doing it.
My goodness.
Well, this is the end of my life.
It's been fun knowing you guys.
It's the beer. He's still dying.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm allergic to my cat. I don't like him.
He's not my favorite.
He steals my pillow, and then I move to the other pillow, and then he's like, "Oh, we're going to the other pillow," and I'm like, "No, not we, motherfucker.
No, what's this we
me?
Shit?
You claimed this one. I'll go to the other one."
He doesn't try to suffocate you anymore.
No, thankfully, but yeah, he wants to. I mean, he's a fat motherfucker. He'll take 3/4 of a pillow, and it's hard to live on 1/4 of a pillow. I don't know.
My dog gets mad if you don't go to bed on time.
Awful animal. I don't like him at all. Tokyo Lloyd says, "Leave me alone. I'm autistic, dude.
Leave me alone."
I wonder if that was in relation to something or just in general. He's just like putting it out there, like, "Hey, just so y'all know, I'm autistic. Therefore, be nice."
Is this a
man just wants to be left alone?
I just wanted to be left alone. Eschaton says, "Are the non-EOTech holo sites worth trying out?" I'm not convinced yet, but I haven't. Well, there's the what is it? EHS, the dot, as in the brand is called dot.
Yeah, there's
EHS,
the dot.
And then there's the Zenit
FN
defense. The FN one hasn't. Nobody's even touched that one yet, so we don't even know what that one's going to be like. I'm still interested in it, but like, yeah, we got those two. It's the well, also EOTech. Sorry, Vortex Huey Gen 2.
That's right.
I don't know. The thing is that it's like there are so many downsides to holographic that nobody has actually overcome. You know, it's like even EOTech got bullied into this, adding Shake Awake to a holo, which is terrible. It's an awful idea. You should not put Shake Awake on a holo because the battery life is so short that Shake Awake means it's going to die in the trunk of your car on the way to the range. Or in the trunk of your car if you're a patrol officer and you pull it out.
EOTech literally has an auto off feature for this reason.
It's the other way around. It's not supposed to turn on. It's supposed to stay off as much as possible, which is why a lot of, I think police agencies have this like backup iron sights are pre-deployed, because if you are stressed out and you forget to turn on your holographic, you've got irons, like that's a holographic thing. So yeah, I don't know. The selling point of these other holographics is stuff that I think doesn't matter at all. The selling point of EOTech, classic EOTech, is no parallax, flawless magnifier, and passive enemy night vision performance. Crisp dots. That's it. That's the only reason to get an EOTech. And I haven't seen any EOTech competitor do better than that, because as far as I can tell, it's impossible. You can't do less than no parallax. You can't do smaller than 0.1 MOA. You can't do less than no tint, right? So EOTech already did everything that a holographic can do.
Except get a good battery life.
So what you get is other competitors who are like, our battery life is better. Instead of 2,000 hours, we have 2,100 hours. Oh, shit.
Wow.
We have Shake Awake, meaning that it'll die in your car on the way to the... It's bad. They don't seem like a good selling point. I don't know. I'm open to being proved wrong. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Nobody has done it yet.
Bad idea.
You know.
EOTechs are honestly a vibes-based optic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things where you're like, if you really like magnifiers with red dots, like you can't do better than a magnified EOTech because of the parallax, the clarity of the glass, and the dot size. That's as good as it could possibly get. And you've got a bunch of red dot companies trying to, you got like SIG with the Romeo 8s and stuff like that. Or you got like Loophole with the LCO where they did a 1 MOA dot. Trigicon tried it with the SRS. What if we do a 1 MOA dot? You're like, okay, cool. Well, an EOTech is an infinitely small dot. Magnify it 6 times, it's still sub MOA because it's so fucking small. So like, you can't do that. You can't beat them on that. I don't know. It's just, if you actually appreciate the potential benefits of holographic sights, then I don't think there's any reason to get anything but EOTech other than to save money because you think holographic is cool. You're like, I want a cheap holographic.
But if you want a cheap holographic, you just get an EOTech off a tack swap.
Yeah, exactly. You use one. Or if you want a better red dot, you get a better red dot. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I don't know.
There's no mobility up or down in the fucking holographic world. It either either it sucks or it's the EOTech. It's just a hard. It's the
meme. It's like, I love the way this sucks. That's how I feel about holographics. I'm like, I love the ways in which this is bad optics.
This is revolting. I'll take another.
Yeah, I'll take 2, please. Thank you.
This is awful. Bring me more. Yeah, that's the way I feel about it now. I could be wrong. We'll see. Spec says, if you could have any retro optic pre-Aimpoint comp series updated with modern technology, what would it be?
The Trigicon Tri-Power.
Those are very post Aimpoint comp. The Tri-Power came out in the 2000s. The comp was in the late 90s.
Is that young?
Yeah.
Man, it feels older than it actually is, I guess.
Trigicon is not ahead of the curve. Yeah.
The old night sights. So, the starlight scopes.
Yeah, like a modern. People have kind of given up on that idea of analog night vision powered night vision scopes because they were like, oh, we got thermal clip-ons. Let's just do thermal clip-ons or thermal scopes instead. But that idea of like a night vision optic, that has kind of fallen by the wayside. I still think there's probably potential there because there's still the way that night vision and thermal, neither one is necessarily better than the other. They kind of both complement each other, right? So there is still a thing to be said. It's like, oh, I have a thermal scope. Okay, well, what about a night vision scope? Well, yeah, you could have both or fusion. I don't know. Like, I guess that's the question is, take an old school like night vision, like what is it? Was it PVS2 is the one that you put on like an M16, right? It's a big ass night vision scope.
The Starlight
Gen
scope
2 Plus or whatever. Okay, let's take that idea of like a night vision optic. I want to see people make fusion optics. I'd love to see the thermal plus night vision, analog night vision plus thermal overlaid into a weapon sight. That'd be sick as hell.
There's enough body in one of those old Starlight scopes for something like that, I feel like.
Yeah, you could make, compared to how old those PVS2s are, you could make, or PVS4? Can't remember what the number is, but yeah, you could make it half the size, half the weight, double the performance, plus add a thermal overlay. The technology probably exists now. It may not necessarily be appealing to people because you want to be able to observe the world with your rifle down, not necessarily have to point your rifle at stuff in order to get all these benefits. But that would be a cool scope, a fusion system of analog night vision plus thermal overlay, rifle mounted.
That'd be PBS sick. 20 scope, essentially.
PBS 69.
420.
Yeah. I don't know. Otherwise, what do you get before Aimpoint comp? You might be forgetting how old Aimpoint comps are.
I was going to say, I'm like, it's up there.
The 80s.
The comp M came out in the 90s.
AMT hardballer, maybe?
Yeah, AMT hardballer with the old school laser scopes.
The big one.
If you could, again, yeah, you could go full sci-fi. Like if I could have just a
When
fucking
did the- when
lightsaber
did
coming
the-
out of my
when
pistol
did
and
the
just wave it
Seymour come
around.
How old is the Seymour?
Early 90s, I believe. Same kind of thing.
Damn.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, there's not much to those older optics. So there's not much that you could really change.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're thinking red dot, yeah, there's a lot of like magnified stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like old brass tube scopes and shit like that. It's just like let's remake it with modern technology. It's like great. Now you just
Remake
have like a regular duplex
the
scope.
pull, the hammer
You know?
or whatever with
Yeah.
modern tech.
Dude, yeah. Bring back the fucking hammer. Make it better.
Yeah, if we drop the
Lighter.
requirement of pre-aim point comp, because I
Right.
think this is the misunderstanding of like how old the aim point comps are. They're fucking ancient.
They're ancient,
almost
yeah.
as old as we are. But yeah, like that old red dots where it's just like, I just want a bomb-proof tube dot with modern battery life and night vision performance. You know, I guess what you're asking for is, what if I had a name point comp M but with T2 performance, and that exists? It's called the comp M3. So yeah, we are living in the best timeline. Actually, everything's awesome. You have exactly what you want. You can go buy it right now.
Damn. Wait a minute.
The internet is here for you.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're close to the end here, gentlemen. We've been going for more than 2 hours, so it's totally acceptable for us to call it quits soon. Dick Cheney's heart says if AR companies were WWE Attitude Era wrestlers, who is who?
My parents didn't let me watch WWE growing up, so I couldn't tell
Too
you.
violent.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
BCM is Stone Cold.
I was
Steve
about to say
Austin.
that, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talks trash, but can back it up a little bit.
Yeah. Just
and very serious.
Raw American power, dog. Not super flashy, but just very, 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 still very pragmatic and fucking straight get her done type attitude. That's BCM, Stone Cold. Hands
Let's go
down.
for a deep cut here. I'm going to say that Colt is it's the WCW outsiders, the early NWO, where it's guys who were like, we used to be top tier wrestlers. Check us out in this new promotion and this new thing. Aren't we so fucking cool? We're the best ever. And then they're just so lazy and they never did anything ever again. They just absolutely phoned it in based on a reputation. That's Kevin Nash, especially Kevin Nash in WCW, where he was like, I'm already famous. I shouldn't have to try anymore. That's Colt. Kevin Nash is Colt.
Yeah.
Damn.
Undertaker.
All right, Undertaker. Okay. Like if you think about the biggest WWE guys, it's going to be like Undertaker, Mankind, Mick Foley, whatever. Mick Foley is going to be like Salty W, maybe.
Really?
Maybe
think so?
Starts off kind of scrappy, and then kind of makes a name for himself, and then he starts doing like book tours and starts getting really full of himself, and you're like, whoa, you're just some like little scrappy guy. What are you talking about? Like, you know, being this famous. That's Mick Foley, Salty W. That works. Cactus Jack, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Undertaker, though, man. Undertaker's going to be like Daniel Defense, somebody who's just like an institution that you just cannot
Knights Armament
never go away.
Yeah, or Knights. I think Daniel Defense fits.
DD fits. Arsenal's Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, I know who Knights is. Knights is fucking Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Arguably the best that ever did it. And yet could never stop fucking doing cocaine.
Suffered.
No, isn't that Keltec then?
No, Keltec is we can do Keltec. We can figure out Keltec. Let's see.
The Rock.
No, because the
Rock is a
thing
sellout.
is
The Rock's a sellout. He's
exactly.
A sellout.
He sold out.
Okay.
He went somewhere else. The Rock is going to be someone like some company that went fucking mainstream. It's going to be like CZ or
PSA.
something where it's
No,
like
Springfield.
Oh, yeah, the Rock is
yeah.
Springfield, where it's like now my reputation has just exceeded any expectations. Yeah, no. Keltec is going to be like
I would say more Smith and Wesson. Because
that could be a squeaky clean public image of like, I've never done anything controversial ever. Never once in my life. That's The Rock. That might be Smith and Wesson. Ooh, I know we could figure out Keltec. There's definitely
Ruger would have to be
weird.
a legacy name that's trying to stay relevant, but definitely is doing it the wrong way every time.
Mr. Perfect. Ruger's Mr.
Perfect. Yeah, Mr. Perfect.
Just immaculate and yet never quite at the level that they should be. And then sort of fell off after injury. It was like, I just can't keep going anymore. I can't keep doing this. Like, I've tried so hard and nobody's appreciating me. Like, I just gotta fucking quit, man. Keltec might be Macho Man Randy Savage, like late tier Macho Man Randy Savage, where he's like,
maybe
he's still good as fuck, but I don't know.
Blitzed
stuff. Yeah, but he's starting to slip a little bit.
I'm trying to think who would be the Big Show. I was gonna say Keltec, but
actually Ruger should be the Big Show.
Yeah. Boomer coated, big guy. You know what I'm saying?
A little bloated.
Yeah, bloated.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. You guys were talking about Colt, and I just couldn't. I could not get the image of Vince McMahon fucking scooping the money up and sniffing it and shit like that. I'm like, he's not a wrestler per se, but I'm like, Colt is fucking Vince McMahon in my head canon.
That actually works because like the way that Colt should have everything going for them and then shit just goes wrong. It's like Vince McMahon jumping into the ring and blowing one of his quads. And then when he tries to stand up, he blows his other quad. And he's just like laying there in the ring, effectively paralyzed from the waist down, 2 blown quads, being like,
literally.
And you're like, yeah, man, you should be running this show. And yet there you are, unable to move, sitting on the floor, being like, that's classic Colt.
Yeah. What about FN?
FN. Oh, dude, FN would be so.
FN actually does MMA. It doesn't do professional wrestling.
Yeah, it's strongly possible. We're strictly speaking with Attitude Era here, so FN is
Spike's Tactical is Kane.
Interesting thought. FN would be something where it was aesthetic. Like, I'm the best. Why doesn't anybody pay attention to me? It'd be somebody like he was huge in WCW and then he was in WWE. Man, what's his name? He was like a real Dean Malenko is FN. Where he's just going around being like, I'm the best of this. Why isn't anybody paying attention to me? Like, I'm making the best shit. And everybody's like, sure you are, buddy. You're like, that's FN Dean Malenko. We go with that one.
They're saying Ken Shamrock.
Okay, Ken Shamrock. Well, yeah, interesting. I'm going to say that Q is Chris Jericho. Big and flashy, but not actually that good. And you look back on it, and you're like, why was that popular? This guy's kind of annoying.
Yeah, who's Diamond Dallas Page then?
Diamond Dallas Page would be the one that everybody loves, the true fans love. They understand what's going on because DDP was
Munition Works.
The People's Champ.
People's Champ, yeah. The real People's Champ, not The Rock. DDP was it. That's a good one, man. I don't know. Randy, oh Lord. All right, we're gonna go back to live chat for this one. Randy says Noveski is Val Venus. Hello, ladies. Oh Lord. Goldberg. All right, what's the company that gets an undeserved push? They get too much. This is the kind of thing we would have to prepare for this. This would have
Black
to be
Rain
I know,
Ordinance.
right?
No, not Black Rain Ordinance.
No, it's not that. It's
PSA.
PSA. No, I think that also might be a good argument for Springfield, though. Company that has like a massive marketing push, but when you look behind it, you're like, oh, it's just normal. It's just average.
Sons of Liberty.
Yeah, Sons of Liberty. I think is almost a better argument for like DDP. The old days where All right, so Hustlebone says Sig is Goldberg. All hype, but no follow up.
I think he's
Kid Corpus says Saul GW is Goldberg's. Interesting. This is
really solving.
This is the best topic that we've ever had. This is amazing. We should do an entire stream about this.
Riveting conversation.
Era would be one of the no-name jobber good guys that's never allowed to win a match. Era would be. I want to go outside of Attitude Era. Era would be like Dolph Ziggler, like someone who's just like who's like really good and really consistent, but like can never get above a really base level or something.
Mr. Fundamentals, essentially.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler's. I don't know what his current name. I don't know what he's going by now, but Dolph Ziggler was fucking awesome. But he didn't start until late 2000s, probably. Randy reviews it again. Arrow is Chris Benoit. No, Chris Benoit's firearms equivalent would be Red Jacket Firearms, where you're like, oh, it's so sick. Oh, he raped his daughter. Fuck. Like, seemed cool, and then a horrible thing happened. You're like, never mind. I never liked that. Actually, I never said that. All those things I said, I didn't say. Bear Creek is Booker T. That's really, really unkind to Booker T. Booker T is a fucking masterwork. He's awesome. Jeez, I feel like after his charges against his own mom, Saul GW is Chris Benoit. Okay, what about
That's not Christian level though.
Yeah, no. What was the Jimmy Snuka? Jimmy Snuka is more of a Saul GW than Chris Benoit is. It's deep cut. Who is Gold Dust? Gold Dust is, let's see, we're talking about somebody who is extremely flashy and yet underneath the flash is actual extreme competence. I'm going to say that's like a bad attitude department, or what's that fucking anime gun guy? Or man, guys, we got to figure out Geisley. I don't think Geisley here. That anime guy who does stuff. Geisley might be Kurt Angle. Yeah.
Hands down. Just straight muscle.
They can bring the flash.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's really cool. But then underneath it is just like an incredible level of baseline competence. That's a good one. Kurt Angle, Geisley.
Yeah,
I like
sure.
It. Turtle Hermit, Griffin, Triple H. Interesting. That
Triple H
actually
I don't know
see
about that.
I can totally see this, but not in a way that isn't insulting to either Griffin or Triple H. Like
it's not like
I really like
just lay it out.
Triple H is my favorite wrestler of all time, and I like Griffin, but I almost feel like if I had to say anything about either of them, it would be taken as an insult.
That's how much you love them.
Maybe. KAK is Loki X-Pac. If you want to overcharge for basic parts, I got 2 words for you. Interesting. This is brutal. Yeah. The great thing about X-Pac is that he started out with like a lot of potential, and then he just kind of never did anything. And there's got to be a company equivalent to that, but I don't think it's KAK.
John Cena for Arrow.
Ooh.
You're right. I mean, or yes, okay. So John Cena's thing was that he was pushed beyond what anybody really wanted of him. So what's a company that just gets so much push where you're like, all right, shut the fuck up? I want to say it's LMT.
Yeah.
John Cena LMT, where you're just like, all right, shut the fuck up about it. It's not actually that good. Stop telling me that it's good. Right?
Yeah.
Dude, this should have been the whole stream.
I'm so bummed. Yeah, I'm so bummed
we blew our load on all these other boring gay ass topics. We could have been talking about wrestlers and guns for the whole fucking time.
That's great.
Damn.
Anderson. Well, they're not here anymore, so
irrelevant.
Anderson would be. Hang on. I gotta percolate on that one. Todd says Spike's tactical is Harley Race. So the thing with Harley Race would be that I'm gonna say this is actually Wyndham, where every time you're like, this is my favorite wrestler, somebody would be like, well, actually Harley Race was like the OG. That's the way that Wyndham was, where you'd be like, BCM rocks, and like, why would you pay for BCM? You can get Wyndham. It's like it's a legacy, like it's a great rifle. So I think that Harley Race, Spike's tactical. No, Spike's tactical is more like China. To be honest with you,
look, Geisley, who's the most overpaid wrestler out there?
We thought that who did we say that Geisley was? Someone's got to be writing this down.
Geisley was Kurt Angle.
Yeah, Kurt Angle. There
Kurt
we go.
Angle.
Yeah.
Okay, Kurt
I
Angle.
like.
Yeah,
let's lock in Kurt Angle as
That
Geisley.
tracks. That tracks.
And then here's the question. So
what about
Geisley and
Bushmaster?
LaRue are a constant companies at feud. So then who is our LaRue equivalent? Who went up against? I think that LaRue might be Brock Lesnar, where it's like, yeah, he's got some potential. Yeah, he's pretty good, but also his heart's not really in it. He's not really our guy, you know? Yeah. And it's like, if I had to pick between the two of them, like I know
he's an underdog.
Kurt Angle's a lot more faithful to the sport than.
Is Brock Lesnar chasing cougars all the time, though?
Yeah. Also, I think he took a shit on that girl's chest and he did that stuff with Vince McMahon against that woman.
Have you seen Brock Lesnar's daughter?
I have seen Maya Lesnar. Yes, I have seen that.
A unit.
That's a nice way to say it. Eddie Guerrero. All right, so this is going to be one of the ones that had amazing potential and died off prematurely. Yeah, what gun company just
Delton
should have been it and then died? Nah, Delton's too basic. I mean, Eddie
Rock
Guerrero
River
was
Arms.
like.
Because Delton
Rock
was
River's still around.
Cobalt
for a long
Kinetics.
time.
Cobalt's still around, right?
Well, they don't make ARs anymore, I don't think. Do they?
Ah, dang.
Didn't
So
Kimber
Eddie
make
Guerrero.
ARs?
Eddie Guerrero was and could have been just like the absolute best, but then died prematurely. There's gotta be
Rock
be
River Arms, dude. They held it
around.
down. Yeah, they're
Rock
around,
River
but they
Arms
have
still around
fallen away to complete irrelevancy, though. The only people buying Rock River anymore, they were the foundation.
Radian.
Back in the day
Does Radian
for
make AR
civilian
stuff
fucking
anymore?
AR-15s that like
Yeah,
weren't
Radian
just
still makes shit.
fucking Colt 6920s or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? I have a deep appreciation for fucking Rock River Arms that like they just did not modernize. They did not really continue to fucking evolve. They fucking fizzled out too quickly, in my opinion, and just never really changed. You can get some cool non-standard caliber selections from them, like 243 and whatnot, which is cool, you know, like hunting caliber stuff. But as far as modernization goes, like they had a lot of potential.
Yeah, Rock River's got to get the nod for basically being like one of the very first companies that broke out of that, the ABCs, right? The Armalite Bushmaster Colt post Assault Weapons ban. It's like the AR is starting to become popular with the regular people, and Armalite was barely around. Bushmaster was pretty consistent, and then Colt was, of course, overpriced. So it's like, all right, I want something that's affordable for the regular guy, but I want to get into the AR market. Rock River was that company.
Was it? Yeah.
So Randy says Triarch is Eddie Guerrero. I like that. A company where like their promise is really sky high, and then their execution is died of heart failure.
Burned bright and fast.
Yeah. The match that burns from both ends, I guess. PWS is Vince McMahon. I can see it. I can see PWS being Shane McMahon. Where it's like this should have been sick as hell, but like tried to attack too many different markets and kind of lost their thing. But I'm always mad respect for Shane O'Mac doing a fucking coast to coast. Was that WrestleMania 17? We did that coast to coast into the fucking trash can from corner to corner. Goddamn, Shane O'Mac was a fucking beast. Also, people don't always know this, but Shane O'Mac was basically saying like, "Hey, Dad, we gotta buy UFC," and then Vince was like, "Nah, that's not going anywhere."
Damn.
And now they're on the White House lawn.
Yeah,
telling
Real
everybody
combat?
Michelle Obama's a man.
This is hilarious how much people give a shit about wrestlers.
I know,
and
right?
gun companies. This is fantastic.
What does that say about you as a influencer, Hop?
Say nothing about me. It's the commenters doing this shit, not me. I didn't do nothing. I'm just reacting to what's
this
happening.
is their idea.
Yeah, they came up with this topic.
They paid
They're
money for
responding to
it,
this
so.
topic. I didn't do nothing. Troy. Ooh, Troy almost could be a Bill Goldberg of like should have been awesome, but then kind of just like said the wrong things and seemed to have the wrong attitude.
Yeah.
And then now because Goldberg is now getting back into wrestling, and he's being like, actually, that was really sick as hell. And Troy is basically, kind of getting themselves back into the limelight and be like, yeah, actually, we've been based this whole time. So Troy Bill Goldberg. All right, Troy Goldberg.
Okay. I think I figured out who The Rock would be. It'd be fucking HK. I think.
Oh, yeah. Because they're so superficial, right?
So just up their own ass. You know what I'm saying? And like so expensive for fucking what it is.
Cult of personality, right?
Cult of personality.
Yeah.
The Rock is HK. Hands fucking down. I've been sitting here.
And as soon as they get the chance
about it,
they'll pretend to be on your side. And then as soon as they get the opportunity to jump to something higher, like Rock with fucking film, he was like, oh, fuck wrestling. I'm doing movies now.
Yeah,
HK be like, oh, wait a second. We got a contract. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, we'll only sell to you when we have no other option.
The MP7 contract has come through. Sorry, civilians.
Damn,
we're done.
That is a
no G17s for you.
Yeah, they'll be like, okay, we'll sell to everybody, and then like, well, the Combine's here, and we're gonna sell to them now.
Yeah, exactly. The most realistic thing about Half-Life 2 is that HK would give up, just start making guns for the aliens. Wingman says, "Who is Sig?" I'm going to change my answer. Whatever we said Sig was before, Sig is Randy Orton. There actually is some real skill and talent there, but it's just overpushed, and it's the way that Randy Orton took out every other wrestler was artificial in the way that Sig took out every other contract, pistol and rifle. Randy Orton Sig. Hope somebody's writing this down because I'm not going to remember this in like a half an hour.
We need the lore,
blitz,
the data book.
Yeah, none of this is going to stick with me, but I think we're all onto something.
We have
here.
the VOD. It'll be okay.
But I always take these things down after a couple of days, so we're never going to be able to look back on this.
What? Why? What the fuck?
Because
just leave it on the channel.
You have to pay for it.
I don't know. It just seems like nobody ever
boy.
watched them, so it's like you might as well just take them off.
You're fucking nuts. You better leave this one up. I'm gonna come back to this.
Leaves it
They're
up
like,
to
I mean,
stars.
it's we're almost at 3 hours. You think that 3 hours of us bullshitting is actually worth revisiting? I think people got better stuff to do with their life.
I get fucking 100 people that watch my stream, and then my VODs get like thousands of views, dude. People replay gang is strong. Shout out replay gang if you're here. All right.
Like all of like Focus
you might just
streams,
be cool.
like 90% of his streams, I will just listen to them while I'm either driving somewhere.
Yep.
Or I'm on the lawnmower.
It's true.
Mowing.
It's a time passer.
Like, yeah.
It's great.
All right. We might have come up with an earlier answer for Mick Foley / Mankind. Again, it's one of those candles that burns brightly and then dies out too quickly. The better. Oh, here we go. Bret Hart. Bret Hart is an insufferable, pretentious prick, but he's also correct in that he is the best there ever was, the best there ever will be. Who is the Bret Hart? It's gonna be like
that's got to be CAC. Nice.
CAC or like Infinity or something. Like Infinity is like a company that we're the best guns. They cost the most. You've never seen one. No one's ever owned one. You can't even buy one. It's like the Ferrari Enzo. You got to know somebody who knows somebody and get on a list. And they're like, at some point, they're like, hey, we'll just give you one of these. We don't even give a fuck. But it's like, if you're the right kind of person, you can go ahead and get an Infinity. That seems a little bit Bret Hartish to me. Specs is Bret Hart is LaRue. That's also pretty accurate because, Mark LaRue's attitude is like, I'm the best. People should respect me. And it's like,
well, okay. I respected him when the MBT was like
$80.
Yeah.
And he threw barbecue sauce or powder in with everything.
I mean, dude, you took a super kick wrong and your career's over. That's not impressive. No offense.
DM'd the wrong cougar on Facebook and your career's over now.
Bushmaster Roddy Piper. Did we pick Keltec yet? I think that Keltec could be either Jake the Snake Roberts or Roddy Piper. Jake the Snake Roberts, Keltec, not just because of the drug connection, but because of the sort of mad genius that is unappreciated in its time. Yeah, tighter than a tourniquet. Fucking.
The ACR had so much potential.
Sting. I don't know, man. I was a WWF kid. I don't know about anything about Sting. I didn't give a fuck about Sting. Never in my life was I like interested in what Sting was doing. So I don't know exactly. Something with like
Wasn't he
Hulk Hogan.
singing?
Like Hulk Hogan was out of the picture by the time I started watching
like
wrestling.
way
so,
by then.
Yeah, who is Hulk Hogan? I mean, Hulk Hogan is like he's going to be like an institution that you're always sort of aware is in the back. Hulk Hogan might be a Smith and Wesson where you're like, yeah, they're always there.
Hulk Hogan is Smith and Wesson, and then the greatest warrior is Kel-Tec.
CM Punk.
Or fucking Rey Mysterio is Kel-Tec. Very flashy.
Rey Mysterio's Taurus, dude. You know it.
Yeah,
it's not a race thing. It's not a race thing.
That's actually
all right.
way
It's a vibes
fucking
thing.
Better. Yeah,
it's a race thing.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Fuck. Rey Mysterio was the shit. Batista.
Booyaka, 619.
Dude. So hype.
All right. Well, all right. We're 3 hours now. So it's definitely time to fucking stop doing
So we fit the halfway point.
Yeah, we're halfway through the stream. Another 3 hours.
Yep.
Kel-Tec needs to be Hogan. That's just because the cocaine angle doesn't work. Razor Ramon. Scott Hall, despite his increasing habits, was actually a pretty good worker till the end of his working days. Midwest is Roman Reigns, pushed too hard and mediocre. I don't know if I'm going to co-sign that one. Carcano. Andre the Giant would make a Barrett 50 cal look small. Well, he makes a beer look like a fucking shot glass.
Yeah.
Beretta. Yeah, Beretta. Beretta's going to be one of those like, like Ricky Steamboat or something, like one of those legacy wrestlers that everybody agrees is like, oh, that's the best wrestler ever. And you're like, have you ever seen a match? No.
No.
Who makes the best guns ever? Oh, Beretta. Do you own a Beretta? No.
Of course not.
Just
I appreciate
why would I?
Historically very impressive. Do I care? No, I don't care. I was born after the year 1800, so therefore I'm not interested. Paul Orndorff. Yeah, Paul Orndorff. I don't know what, man, like fucking Winchester, dude. Like, you're like, oh, Paul Orndorff is great. You're like, yeah, but he hasn't wrestled since 1946. Like, I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Fucking Remington.
I don't know. The Four Horsemen would be like Freedom Group, but like good outcome Freedom Group. I don't know.
Good ending.
Yeah, good ending Freedom Group, or yeah. This is the most amazing topic. This is way better than people like, oh, the Glock is like a Honda Civic. You're like, all right, that's kind of played out. But like, wait, what gun companies are like what WWF wrestlers? That is just amazing. Dick Cheney, thank you for your contribution to the stream. This is fucking phenomenal. Rook is like Draco. I don't know, man. You sure?
Why would you say that?
The Nation of Domination they are the general concept of the FRT or the Glock switch. Let's go with that. That's not, again, not a race thing.
Yeah, that tracks for me. That's good.
However.
All right. This has gone on long enough, so we'll call it there. But thank you, gentlemen, very much for joining me on, I don't know, whatever this was.
This shit.
A roller coaster.
This type shit.
Type beat.
On God, means. For real.
Bussin'.
No cap bussin'.
6-7.
If I kill myself on stream, do we get demonetized?
It won't matter.
Black.
No, you just get immortalized.
It won't matter. That's the problem. Yeah, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, I would kill myself, but if we get the yellow dollar sign, then is it worth it? Yeah, probably not.
Who's the dude that ate the shotgun on stream?
Oh, Luke knows that guy.
I don't know.
I actually did know that guy. He lived in near Ecru, Mississippi. He worked at Best Buy.
That's tough.
It was a disagreement about like, it was a girlfriend problem. It was his problem.
So yeah, so often the case, right?
Foids.
Fuck.
Yeah, Ronnie,
Yeah,
Ronnie,
the bane of the
oh
world.
Ronnie McNutt. I did not push him over the edge. The guy,
that's
his head just did that. Okay, damn.
He just JFK'd it.
He just
Naturally occurring. It was like,
well, that's
like,
it.
yeah, it was like a Gary's mod source engine. Just the buckshot spawned inside the head. It was a total accident.
It was a collision problem. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They made that fucking sound that Gary's mod. What?
That's the sound a 22 makes in your head. You know?
Yeah,
it bounces around.
It bounces from corner to corner.
Gmod collision noises.
Oh Lord. All right, this is awful. This is awful. Let's do this again tomorrow.
Yeah. Same time?
Same time tomorrow.
Same time tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, just double check we're not missing anything. Yeah, all right. Well, okay. All right. Thanks everybody for stopping by the stream. Thank you to our esteemed panel guests. You can find Luke at his channel Ballistic Aviation. You can find Uncle OG's channel Uncle OG. They should be tagged in the video description. Coppertone, PBR man. You can't find him anywhere.
No, you can find me passed out behind a dumpster somewhere at your
hell yeah, dude.
local dive bar.
Every local dive bar.
Yeah.
There's one of him behind every dumpster. So go ahead and look.
My local beer store was out of PBR, so I'm sorry.
Heinous.
I mean,
I
I've been
got
drinking PBR since we were hanging out. I'm
It is good stuff.
the
but
bank.
back on PBR.
I'm Bill pilled right now.
Yeah, I mean, Bill with the Coors Banquet, Coors Light. I don't know. I mean, even our buddy Dane, you know, he was Busch Light's strongest supporter until, you know, Anbev pulled that whole shit. And he's like, well, I guess I'm a Coors man now. And I can't
He's
blame
not a
him for
spotted
that.
cow guy.
I don't think he's I don't think he's quite that try hard, I guess.
No, okay.
I think
Fuck
if I
you,
was
Randy.
if I was there, I probably would be. You know, it's like you and me are like we're into pub
Randy
beer,
is the
right?
king of hot
Yeah,
takes,
we like-
bro, for real.
Yeah, we're pub beer men. Well, when we can be, and when pub beer isn't,
The Busch Light's
a
fine.
lot of it's kind of fucked up. So yeah, like pub light, pub cerveza, pretty good.
If I had a Guinness like keg and I could pour it, I would definitely have that. But you know, I'm stuck with what I got.
I'm just not sure. Is Guinness supposed to be cold? I don't know.
It's
You
good,
keep it
though,
on top of the
regardless.
fridge so it stays warm.
I mean, I'll be honest. I am one of those those white people, you know, those kind of white people where it's like the only time I drink Guinness is on St. Patty's Day where we do Irish car bombs, which I know very insensitive, and I'm sorry, but also, damn, those are.
But also,
good.
fuck them.
I'm going to
That shit
flex
good.
being a world traveler a little bit. I did get to go to Dublin, and I did get to have Guinness in Dublin, and
It is different. It is different.
it did taste a little better.
Is it made of meat?
Not much.
No, it's just the water they use is different. It's just
meat
it just
water?
tastes different.
Well, it's like
It's-
they say the
it's-
farther away from Dublin you get, the worse it tastes.
Is it true that white people don't bleach their chicken?
Yes.
We don't.
Is it true that English people don't chill they beer? I mean, like, what is wrong with these people? They know
Or
that
season-
refrigeration
in-
exists, right? Like, we have it now.
They know we don't live in the fucking Stone Age, right? Like it's
Well,
I
We've
mean,
got
you had to deal with
refrigeration.
electronics.
We've got air conditioning. We got all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff going on.
yeah, fucking toilet paper.
We
you
got
know?
Bucky's or Bussies.
Lucy's.
The Boosie.
Full video on the WWF topic. Yeah. That would require just a lot of preparation. We have to have a whole list of what wrestlers or what gun companies. But also, I think if you go back and look at the last 15 minutes of the conversation, you understand that like we just kept changing our minds about who was
Until-
what.
yeah.
So there's a lot of ways to think about it,
Mhm.
and we'll just leave that
See,
to the viewer at the end of the day.
This is a
BCM
conversation that would
is
have
Stone
happened
Cold,
at the
and that's
little
okay.
like transformer substation in your cul-de-sac with your friends in the 90s.
Yeah,
This-
true. So fucking true.
That's what this
man.
was. That's what this
Yeah,
was.
We were sitting on the electrical fucking hookup box or whatever, you know, behind someone's
After we
house.
banged our ankles
Yep.
on the fucking Razor scooters.
Yeah.
After we pulled off a Metcalf, drained all the oil out of the transformers.
for fun.
All right. Well, stop. All right.
Wrap the.
Everybody watching, thank you for joining us. Everybody on the panel, thank you for being here. We'll do this again some other time. Hopefully not soon. I just can't handle any more of this. But yeah, go ahead and check out Uncle OG. I mean, I know you're doing a lot of interesting stuff lately. You've been on this competition kick, but you're also still paying a little bit of attention to your roots of like, I'm a preparedness guy, I'm a tactics guy, all that sort of stuff. So Uncle OG, a lot of great videos. Luke, ballistic aviation. I mean, Luke's everywhere online. He does everything. He goes to events. He reviews any kind of gun, does rimfire stuff. So yeah, anywhere you see Luke, you're in good hands. And then Coppertone, who
passed out behind the
fucking
dumpster.
cares, man? Yeah, unconscious in an alleyway.
You could meet him at a dive bar, bro.
That's where we all want to be. But he's on the Discord. Yeah, go talk to him there. So
wingman for hire.
Exactly. And we will see you guys again someday.
One day.
Night.